in the shadows. He'll send us in to find them.
126 actual. Target is in the main house. You have execute authority.
Bravo 6. Going dark.
All right, everybody. How is it going? It's a late night Insomnia stream. Let me go ahead and spam all over the internet that I am live. Give me one moment. I'll give people a chance to pile in. Let me go ahead and leave a message. Yo, we live on the internet. Smiley face. Oh boy. I'm going to make sure that we're live all over my other streaming platforms. Whew, I feel really good, man. I was so stinky. I was a stinky winky for sure. And I needed to get cleaned, man. But more so, my carpets needed to be cleaned. They were a fucking disaster. They have been neglected for a couple months, and I have a pet, so... All right, let me go ahead and start spamming this shit all over the place. Everybody, welcome. Come and say hi. Don't be shy. Yo, we Rainbow and Cheese, you're more than welcome to hop online. Stop masturbating. Turn off your fucking anime and get on the goddamn call. I don't want to do this alone. Oh, fuck, there's someone's ass on the screen. God damn it. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. I'm live. Come harass me, winky. Seductive winky face. All right, let me go ahead and post that. Let me go ahead and I'm going to go over to mines. Let everybody know. Did we put mint in your butt like we discussed? No, Zombie Bomb. I didn't shove a mint up my ass. I ended up taking a proper shower, brushing my teeth, and using soap and shampoo. I didn't take the easy way out, which is shoving a delicious mint up my ass, or a mint what? Mint like I don't even know what you mean by a mint, because when I think mint, I think of the thing that you put in your mouth because your breath stinks like shit. Are there mints for buttholes that I'm not aware of? You must be the authority on this. I don't know. Live right now, another seductive winky face, so that's for mines. Let me go ahead and make sure that we are live on BitChute, and then we're gonna go ahead and check up on Rumble. Let's see how we doing. Shit, dude, we're gonna be talking about Bigfoot Ussy, because it's in the news again. Let's see. Let's go to my channel over here on Rumble. So we're live on BitChute. Hell yeah. Shout out to everybody who comes hangs out on BitChute. Dude, people are just always so cranky on BitChute. They're always like complaining about like a certain group of people. I don't really want to say who. And trying to get me in trouble. And I'm not going to take the bait. Yeah, we're live on Rumble. What's up, Rumble? Howdy. Oh shit, I did not post that fucking link on mines. There we go. All right. So we're doing quite a few things right now. Let me pull up my OBS. I'm recording the audio, like the audio only, using the Elgato Stream Deck, and I plan to edit this whole thing in post and then put it back on the Spotify, whatever. I've been neglecting it because my mixer, which is right behind me, brand new, by the way, I haven't even opened it. I don't want to use it. I have no need for it. I just didn't like. I just relied on the Rode mixer to just do everything in post. Everything sounded really good, and now that I'm using this Elgato thing, it does sound okay. But I do do a little bit of production magic in FL Studio, which I paid a lot of money for. So let me see. Let me check my Stream Deck thingamabob. Yeah. Okay, dude, we're good. We're good. All right. Shit. So she's not gonna join me. Probably not. It's too late here. I'm just gonna deafen into Discord then. You know, he just wants to masturbate and watch anime all night. You know, that's cool. You know, you can do whatever you want, man. You can do whatever you want. I was watching Mr. Sid. Dude, I'm so glad I didn't stream earlier. Dude, like all the heavy hitters were streaming right before me. There was you know, obviously, Dick Masterson was streaming Mr. Sin. I've been watching Mr. Sin, man, dude. I fuck with that guy. I think, dude, the guy's just legit hilarious and super cool dude. I don't like how he's like kind of cool with the Air July people. I think the Air July people are a bunch of bitches and candy asses. But if I were to talk with him, I would straighten that out. But dude, just unbelievably roasting Nick Rekieta. And this guy that harassed me not long ago, he was like, he was fucking just retweeting and like bugging me. One of these Baldo Garters, NLO or like something onion, not an onion, whatever, some stupid fucking name. This guy, he comes and was like harassing me. The guy was like attacking me and was just like he was like Nick Rekieta's pit bull. It was unbelievably disgusting. And I was just trying to have like a conversation. You know, I was just fucking around. I don't remember the post. I'm too lazy to go look it up. But dude, the guy was saying some really creepy shit. Like legit weird creepy shit. And I guess, like, you know, this is who you have in your orbit if you're Nick Rekieta. There was this hilarious joke. I mean, I don't like Louis C.K. I think he's a giant cuck. But there was this really fucking hilarious joke that he did at the governor's mansion. I think it's just called Governors. I don't know. Some comedy club called Governors, I think. And this is after like a year or so or however long since he was canceled, right? For being a pathetic loser who, like, asked women to masturbate before them. And he's like, you know, when you go through some shit like this, you look around and it's just like, well, when you go through a horrific event and you look around, your real friends will be with you. The real people will be there with you. And he's like, this is it? Like, this is what's left? Like, dude, I liked it when I was surrounded by all these fake people. And I guess that's like what Nick is going through right now, because he's got some really, really weird, creepy dudes in his orbit, guarding the Baldo, and it's pretty disgusting. Yo, what's going on? Morse code sup? I appreciate you joining. We're doing a midnight stream, man. Oh, it's not midnight. Well, it's 10:30. I promised to do a stream. We're gonna dude, there's like no politics. I think I have one story that I kind of wanted to respond to, and it's actually just this. And we got fake hate crimes, a really good one. I might even have to do a separate video on it. And I'm bringing back Fashion Swap, but I don't have a sounder. I'm gonna have to make one up. So let's just go ahead and dive right into this. What do we got here? So CNN researchers found more extreme positions or responses from blue state kids than the red state kids. I don't like this terminology. It just sounds so weird. It's like, oh yeah, he's a blue state kid. Oh yeah, she's a red state kid. Can't they just be kids? Democrat-leaning kids, there's no such thing, were about 9 times more likely to express negative emotions about Donald Trump, and Republican-leaning kids were about Kamala Harris. Republican-leaning kids were more open to visiting a Democrat-supporting household. Oh, interesting. We're gonna go ahead and speed this up, so I don't want to watch this whole thing. Whoop. All right.
Overall, the
Yo, what's up, Ivan? Thank you for joining.
With what researchers call more extreme responses from the blue state kids than the red state kids.
Donald Trump, he did bad things.
He did nothing wrong.
Hitler, he only wanted to be president.
Dude, he sounds just like Pisco. He sounds like Piss Man.
So that he can just control everybody.
Trump is supporting January 6th.
Yeah, because he did a lot of controlling, right? He did so much controlling when he was president.
I remember that January 6th, it was a bunch of Republicans believing Trump. I feel like they thought Trump was a god.
That's right, the living god emperor.
I think one officer died afterwards. That was a big day.
Actually, like 4 or 5 of these fucking DC pigs ended up expiring. after the event. Very suspicious. Darren Beatty knows something about it, but he's afraid to talk about it. I wonder why.
The study found that these Democrat-leaning kids were about 9 times more likely to express negative emotions about Donald Trump than Republican-leaning kids were about Kamala Harris. Why might that be? Psychologist Ashley Landrum has some ideas.
So Donald Trump is a very polarizing figure, and it's very possible that the kids are reacting to their parents reacting to Donald Trump being a very different kind of political figure than what we've seen before.
Yeah, and that's certainly the case. You know, like children aren't really born with knowledge. If they have negative emotions about a specific public figure, it's usually because those beliefs are installed or instilled onto them against their will. It might not even be the parents, you guys. It could be the public educators. In my opinion, it's more likely than not the public educators. Public education is full of these activists, and they love pushing an agenda onto children, onto this captive audience that really can't say no. They can't really consent. You know, the curriculum is what it is. The classroom is decorated and set up the way that it is. And when you have a bunch of these kids going into, you know, going into a public school, it's very likely they're going to come out, or you know, after a few months or after, you know, a semester or whatever, they're going to come out hating, you know, the traditional conservative Christian yada 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 individual public figure like President Trump. Not surprising. I saw a lot of that out here in Nevada. So yeah.
So do the
Oh shit, Ivan, thank you so much for this $5 super chat. I'm not gonna do politics today. Gets political super chat. Frick Beagle Land. Yeah, oh Bagel Land. Yeah, man, not a big fan of Bagel Land and what they're up to. You know, I keep seeing the footage of those little little Muslim kids in Palestine, and it's sickening. You know, that's why we got to vote for Trump and end that genocide. All right. But no, dude, thank you so much for the super chat, dude. I sincerely appreciate it.
as strong of attitudes. Well, not when we're talking about Kamala Harris. In part, that could be because they don't know that much about her.
Landrum was also
Nobody
curious
does.
how kids saw their peers in the political divide.
So, do you think that the kids that live in those two houses would be friends with each other?
They can.
They can?
There's no law breaking that. It doesn't matter if you are different by skin color, or it doesn't matter if you are different by people. You can still be friends.
The study
Very
found
charming
that
children,
Republican
very
kids were
charming.
More open to visiting a Democrat-supporting household. The Democrat-leaning kid
What the hell? Ella Rooney? What do I get an Ella Rooney for? K6, explain yourself.
were about 5 times more likely to say they would not want to go to a pro-Trump house.
Would they be okay with you going over to somebody's house who was really supportive of President Trump?
No,
No? And why not?
because they know that he's not like black people, so they will not be happy to see.
Dude, that's pretty sad, man. That's really, really fucking sad that you know, this little black boy believes that if somebody supports President Trump, or like let's say he meets somebody at school and that kid's parents or the household is generally supportive of Republicans, he thinks they're going to automatically hate him. You know, this is a very young, impressionable boy, and he's going to grow up thinking these things. This isn't really funny. Like, this is pretty fucking horrible. I just remember growing up, like I went out a lot, had a lot of friends, and I honestly cannot recall at any point in time a family or my friends' families like ever like discussing politics or trying to force some belief onto me. That just never happened. I don't know if that's happening now. I don't talk to children, obviously. I can only go off of, you know, what I'm seeing here in the news. But this specific child and a handful of other ones do feel this way. And who's putting these thoughts into their heads? Are in this boy's case, I think the parents are mostly doing that. They're probably saying like, hey, if you go to, you know, if they're all wearing the MAGA hats, that means they want to hurt you or whatever. And it's pretty upsetting. So this kid is going to grow up being very fearful and having just the wrong idea about the world and people. Kids in politics, laughing my... I know, right? 6 warning. It's pretty sad. Gio started a new side gig. He makes wet puppets now. Shut the fuck up, you dumb bitch. Don't you ever fucking say that again in my chat. No explanation, just a no. Thank you, K6. We did a bunch of emojis. I can't see them on Restream. I'm gonna email Restream so I can see the emojis and the fucking the thing. All right, let's finish this video.
Would your family let you go over to somebody's house who's really supportive of Donald Trump?
No.
No, they wouldn't?
No.
And why not?
Because, like, my mom and dad don't like Donald Trump at all. Not a single bit.
Would you be okay going over to somebody's house whose family really likes Kamala Harris?
I think it'd be fine. It's just about the personality of the people.
Would your family be okay if you went over to somebody's house who really liked Donald Trump?
If I want to be real over here, so if I just went over there, I imagine be a good old argument or a fight, maybe like a food fight or something.
Food fight. I'm not gonna say nothing. But yeah, this is very pervasive. I don't know. Dude, I wouldn't know how I would handle this being a parent. Fuck, man. This is a terrible thing to admit, but I don't know how I would feel about like having my children around like a bunch of these like democrats. You know, they're like, oh yeah, you know, here's this book, genderqueer. You know, like I know the district is trying to ban it, and they're just like giving my kid all this weird shit. I don't know. I don't know, bros. Fuck, man. I mean, are we really this divided where, you know, children can't play because of the politics of the parents or the politics of the family? You know, kids just can't be kids. Like, and like, I don't want to sound like a partisan hack, but I feel a lot of this is really the fault of the Democrats because they are the ones that really push this kind of stuff onto the youth. Again, I remember when I was in college, it was everywhere. The activism was everywhere. The far leftist politics was pushed onto people, and there was a few professors of mine that ended up being very close, ended up being very important to me. And college was an overwhelmingly positive thing in my life. But I'm just being real with you. I don't know how I feel about this now that I'm thinking about it a little bit more. Like, I don't know, maybe some parents have a point, but the hysteria about Trump, I think they're obviously wrong. But there might be concerns with, you know, sending a kid to go hang out at some Democrat household. You know, they might be having like a P. Diddy freak off type thing. You know, they might have all these DEI books in the background, and you know, I don't know. Maybe they show the kid porn or something. It's just disgusting bullshit. I don't know. Just I feel like the people are just so radically different. You know, like we're at a point in time in American history where a good chunk of Americans unironically believe that the world is flat. Even more so, people like myself believe that the moon landing never happened, and with good reason. And the people who disagree with us don't just want to make fun of us, but they want us in jail. They want our opinion censored. They want to harm us. You know, they say they try to bully us. Like I've been, you know, I went through the struggle sessions, you guys. I went through this fucking like 3 times already. And now, you know, and then because of all the fake hate crimes, there is at least half of the population is willing to go along with the most insane bullying campaigns, many of whom's victims were actually children. So I don't know. Let me read some of these comments really quick. The only time people ever cared about politics in my life was when Trump was running for president. K6, yeah, I mostly agree with that. That's my experience as well. Laughing emoji from Zombie Bomb. The Cheese Vault, who is masturbating and watching anime and not joining me tonight. It's demo, not demon. Shut up, bitch. You know what, Cheese? You shut your fucking mouth. Unless you're gonna join me tonight, I don't want to hear your stupid opinions. Because Democrats are made up of spiteful women and feminized magic Americans people. The 2 most aggressive human subspecies on the planet. Yeah. I don't know if that's true. I don't know who the most aggressive is, but I mean, I don't want to get banned, so we're just gonna have to leave it at that. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. We got to get to the pop culture shit because that's oh man, I'm just aching to talk about the Joker too. We're gonna get there. Toxic fandom. How Hollywood is battling fans who are just out for blood. From social media boot camps to superfan focus groups. Yikes. So we have this collage here. I don't know what this is. Probably Game of Thrones. I recognize this chick with the hideous dreads. I believe that is a Star Wars character. I don't know the name. This is Brie Larson. I hate the fact that I know who she is. Only because Jeremy from The Quartering made like $1 million talking about her for about a year. And then we have a magic American elf, or a very colorful elf, from the new Lord of the Rings series. And then the fans of all these things, of all these individuals or whatever their properties, they're detested. Like, people hate these things because they suck. But I want to hear what Variety has to say. I'm sure it's very interesting and enlightening. On August 28th, Amanda Amandla. I'm not mispronouncing that. Her stupid first name is Amandla Stenberg, the lead of the Star Wars series The Acolyte, posted an 8.5-minute video to her Instagram stories about Lucasfilm's abrupt decision to not pick up the show for a second season just a month after the season 1 finale streamed on Disney+. What'd you expect, dude? Your shit sucks. It's not a huge shock for me, Stenberg said. Since the series was announced in 2020, she continued, we started experiencing a rampage of, I would say, hyper-conservative bigotry and vitriol, prejudice, hatred, and hateful language towards us. I mean, are conservatives still watching Star Wars? Let's just be real here. I feel like conservatives have been given the boot. We're obviously not welcomed to be a part of any of this stuff anymore. They don't even want us to be fans. So is it really us? Is it, or are people like myself? I don't know. I don't think so. For no reason. Bye. Wait, what? Let's see. Bring out the puppet. For no reason, I can't. Don't you love it when I show up and crank up the show to 11? Yeah, K6, I enjoy it. But you know what? I would enjoy more super chats. By the way, everybody, feel free to support the show. And if you super chat, I will say whatever it is that you say, so long as it doesn't get me banned. Let's say, Kite and Chaz, sorry I can't hop on tonight. I gotta go to bed. Have a good stream, Shio. Thank you so much, Chaz. Hope you're doing well, buddy. And I wasn't calling for you. I was calling for Cheese. She should know better. Bye. Chaz needs to sleep. Haha, what a beta. Yeah. Chaz, what are you doing? You don't gotta go to sleep. What do you got going on tomorrow? All right. Well, anyways, have a good sleep, man. I'm gonna sleep like a baby tonight. I feel so good. I feel so accomplished. I got these new tools to remove dog hair from the carpet, like these little rakes, and I never used them before. Usually, I'm just like on my hands and knees, just using my hands. I'm just like scooping up dog hair, and I haven't really been able to do that for like a couple weeks. So I bought this like rake from Uproot, and they work so freaking well. I absolutely love them. It was fucking heaven. I was double fisting them, like just like scooping up all this hair. And I think I got more hair than I'm generally used to, because again, I usually do this stuff by hands. And then I vacuumed, and then I used my Hoover carpet cleaner, and then I hit it with a Dupre steamer. Carpet smells delicious. I can eat food off the carpet. That's how clean it is. All right. Anyways, back to this article. It's better get it good before we go on to the review. In other words, the Acolyte was the latest high-profile target of toxic fandom, the catch-all term for when fan criticism curdles from good faith dissatisfaction into a relentlessly negative, often bigoted online campaign against either the project or its stars or creative leaders. In a franchise economy increasingly dependent upon established audience devotion to drive the bottom line, the threat of toxic fandoms poisoning that enthusiasm has become a seemingly intractable headache for almost every studio, and it's only getting worse. Wait. All right, so first off, there's a lot going on here. This is really good. This is really good. All right, so you create this new character, and you're relying heavily on the built-in audience to the Star Wars universe. And first off, can we get examples of what a good faith dissatisfaction moment is versus I guess online bigotry towards the stars and the people involved? I would like to see some examples, because I've yet to see it. I mean, I hate to use these dudes as an example, but like the Geeks and Gamers crew, I don't really care for a lot of the stuff they say, but their reviews are generally pretty spot on, and those people aren't racist or anything like that, in my opinion. I don't think they are. And they make a lot of really excellent points. The dissatisfaction is, you're trying to force upon this audience your far leftist politics. And the original Star Wars wasn't very political to begin with, or at least it didn't, force a political ideology onto somebody. And people are dissatisfied. And some people are going a little above and beyond in their criticism or in their attacking of this show. But you know what? I live in America, and this is a free country. If you want to make fun of the stars or the people involved in this project in the most ruthless way, you should be allowed to. And again, if you don't like it, create your own shit. Create unique and interesting original stories. But you can't do that. These studios are not capable of doing that. They want to take the shortcut. They want to, bypass creating characters that people are going to love and enjoy, like the original George Lucas characters from the original trilogy, and they're embedding themselves into the Star Wars universe, and it sucks. It's not it plays out like fucking college university. The politics is identical. Fucking Star Wars is a sci-fi epic saga. It's it's supposed to be a there's romance, there's passion, there's a fucking war, and instead of getting what we grew up with, or with what people before me grew up with, now it's just like my diversity and lesbians and shit, and it's just like just weird. It's fucking weird, and it's promoting this far leftist ethos, and people want to escape the real world, and they don't want real life in their sci-fi. It's just that's my take on it. Let's see. LGO boycott, America landed on the moon. Shut the fuck up, K6. Everybody knows that didn't happen. All right, K6, $2 GBP mutiny. Oh, great. All right, so I suppose there's going to be mutiny, the rest of the chat. Conservatives, predominantly men, are, this is from K6, are who made these cultural cornerstones popular in the first place. These women and rainbow men trying to push out the core base is laughable. Well, I think they did push out the core base. Like me personally, like I grew up, like when I was a kid, I had all the fucking Star Wars toys. I love Star Wars. I played a lot of the games, not every single one, but I played a good amount of the good Star Wars games. And the Star Wars today is completely unrecognizable. Like I fucking hate it. Like I instinctively hate anything that comes from the Star Wars universe. I think after The Force Awakens with Adam Driver and Daisy Ridley, I think that's her name, the first time that those individuals ever appeared in the Star Wars movie. After that, I just stopped watching it. I'm like, dude, this sucks. And I don't even think those films were necessarily woke, but I'm sure somebody will come and correct me and explain that it is. To me, it was just lazy. They're taking advantage of an audience that already exists, that's still alive, by the way, and they're just like, oh yeah, all those things you enjoyed in the past, we're going to do that exactly the same, but sprinkle a little bit of modernity into it. And it fucking sucks. They basically shoved a broom up the ass of all of these original fans of Star Wars and then just broke off the handle. It's pretty pathetic. But it kind of reminds me of that Kamala Harris quote, because when she says that stupid shit, that cringy nonsense, where it's like, we cannot be burdened by what has been, or what has been, something like that. We cannot be, hold up. I want to look up the exact quote, so I'm not just talking, what can be undone, unburdened, Kamala. Let's see. Okay, here's the exact quote. What can be unburdened by what has been is another quote popularized primarily by Harris, a supercut of Harris repeating the quote. So the Star Wars saga is burdened by these characters like Harrison Ford's character. He was the friends with the Wookiee. Yeah, Han Solo and the fucking Wookiee, and like a handful of the other originals. They all died, right? The new Star Wars got rid of them, so they're no longer. They've become unburdened by what has been, and the whole point of that quote, it's a communist term. You have to get rid of the past to become unburdened to be able to move into the future. I think that's how it goes. And people saw it. People saw it for what it is, but they didn't realize that was this is Bolshevik nonsense. But here it is. And then now if you look at like the typical fan of Star Wars, like weak, pathetic, they're Redditors. They're probably moderators too on forums. Like that's their day job. And all Democrats, they all soy out. They all do the soy face, probably overweight. So yeah, really interesting shit. Let me see. Hopefully the next paragraph is pretty interesting. It comes with the territory, but it's gotten incredibly loud in the last couple of years, says a veteran marketing executive at a major studio. People are just out for blood regardless. They think the purity of the first version will never be replaced, or you've done something to upset the canon of a beloved franchise, and they're going to take you down for doing so. Is this not what I just said? Because people know, like, people see what is happening to their beloved franchises. They're being destroyed right before their eyes. They're being unburdened by what has been. At first, I never took stock into anything that Kamala Harris said, but now that I know the origins of this stupid fucking quote that she just repeats at every rally, every event, yeah, dude, that bitch is fucking evil, bros. Like, she's a legit communist. Her dad was like a scholar at a prestigious Ivy League university promoting far leftist economics, like literally communism, like post Keynesian economics or something like that. I think that was like the exact name of the course. Sometimes toxic fandoms behave reactively. A House of the Dragon episode featuring 2 female characters kissing and an episode of The Last of Us focusing on a rainbow couple were both review bombed. The practice of mobbing sites like Rotten Tomatoes and Internet Movie Database with negative user reviews, which gained mainstream attention following the premiere of 2017 Star Wars The Last Jedi, and an entire YouTube ecosystem is devoted to declaring projects like The Marvels and The Boys woke garbage. Well, those things are woke garbage. Like, where's the lie? All I see is, like, truth being spoken, and I've yet to see anything that, like, refutes anything that these anti-wokesters are doing. Just as frequently, the backlash begins before the project has seen the light of day. A Reddit mega thread, a Reddit mega thread dedicated to outrage over Bridgerton casting a black woman as the love interest for Francesca. Social media epithets directed at the actors of color, cast as elves and dwarves in The Lord of the Rings: The Rings of Power. Death threats aimed at Leslie Jones during the press tour of 2016's Ghostbusters. I don't know what the fuck Bridgerton is. I'm sure it's retarded. And I've never watched a single episode of The Lord of the Rings, but I'm almost certain it's retarded. And I've never, ever watched the 2016's Ghostbusters film. I just know that it's trash. Like, so many people, like one of my good friends, his mother used to be conservative. I don't know what she's up to these days. And she's like, oh, give it a chance. I'm like, no, fuck no. Like, call me ignorant, but I can just look at something and just know that it's fucking dog shit. Like, I saw the first Joker movie. I knew that it was dog shit. I saw the Joker 2 trailer, and I wasn't going to waste my time watching the movie, but I pirated the film. I got a really good copy, and the movie was so fucking bad. It was so unbelievably bad. I mean, does it warrant me hurling threats of violence? No. But am I going to send some mean tweets? Yes, I am. And I make no apologies for that. Let me read some of these comments, and we're going to move on to the Joker. No one landed on the fake moon, guys. It's obviously just cheese. Everyone but me is a tard. I agree, Ivan. The only thing landing on the moon is landing on moons is P. Diddy. That is true, too. It's like when a child takes your toy and says, nah, you can't have it. These effeminate losers are just happy to take away what makes Western men happy, especially since they can't create. That's like the weird thing about that, K6, is that these studios, they do staff people who are very well educated. They have experience, and for all intents and purposes, at least on paper, they should be talented enough to come up with their own shit. Instead, they want to hijack these already existing intellectual properties to promote their far leftist agenda. And it's very disgusting, and it's very cheap. On one hand, I tell people, one, don't stop consuming product. This ends as soon as we walk away. And I do believe that is the correct strategy. Hashtag walk away. But on the other hand, it's like these people aren't just, oh, we're trying to just, put out new stuff. We're trying to reach a modern audience. It's not good faith what they're doing. These people are very duplicitous. They're very sneaky. and they're getting fucking raked over the coal. And I have an article that we're gonna get into that highlights exactly how these people fucking feel about us, or how they feel about the fans. Because I'm obviously not a fan of any of this garbage. I think all this shit sucks, and it's a waste of my time. But people want to hear about this. People want to hear about fucking Star Wars. People want to hear about whatever, and I can talk about this stuff from the perspective of a genuine artist, as somebody who knows how to write, and who understands this industry from a personal point of view. We'll just leave it at that. Anyways, let's move on. Yeah, so from the Rolling Stones. Oh my goodness. So the Joker movie, Folly You Do. I was just saying Folly Deluxe because I was just retarded and didn't know how to pronounce this for a second. I'm just going to call it Joker 2. I'm not going to call it Folly Ducks or Folly You Do because it's way too fucking... No, this movie's retarded. Joker 2 has a message for fans. Go fuck yourself. That is the title of the Rolling Stones article. That's not what I'm saying. But the Joker fans, if I can speak to all of them right now, I would say grow a better taste in cinema, because the Joker ain't it. This movie was not good. The original Joker film that came out a couple years ago with Joaquin Phoenix was not good either. It's far leftist garbage. It promotes, Occupy Wall Street-esque politics, and sprinkle in a little bit of less leftist resentment, and that's Joker. It just wasn't good. Like, people were like, oh, dude, the acting was just so amazing. Like, look at Joaquin Phoenix laugh. It's just, like, so mesmerizing. I'm like, dude, this film fucking blows. Like, you're fucking boring, bro. Like, there's, like, a million better films and TV shows to watch that are just light years better than this garbage. But I hope it fails spectacularly. I've heard nothing but negative things about it on Twitter, so I guess that's a plus. Yeah, we shouldn't be liking Cape shit. Shame on anybody who likes this. Let's see. You watched it? Hold up. The moon is where the Earth banished her ex, Cosmic Tyrone. Quality and the dysgenic woke are mutually exclusive. Probably. You watched it? Yeah, Zombie Bomb. I did watch Joker 2. And it was so fucking bad. It was so unbelievably horrible. Like, I didn't think I would hate a movie as much as the first Joker, but Joker 2 was infinitely worse. I read that he gets graped. Is it true? Yeah, he does. Yes, cheese is the moon. Yaku made the moon. Swiss cheese is white. Jesus Christ. Modern pop culture is trash. I've had better ideas for decades with none of the know-how to make it, unfortunately. It's not really like the know-how. It's more like the money. You need bajillions of dollars to make these. I'm off to go to bed. Good night, K6. Enjoy Geo's astronomical L's that land on the moon next to the American flag. Yeah, there's no flag up there. I like that aspect of it because it was so retarded. Like, they're trying their hardest to make themselves look good, and they look worse than ever. Leftists taking up roles to be subversive isn't acting. What do you mean by that, Ivan? Be more specific. But no, this movie was just... All right, so I'm gonna just spoil this fucking film before I even read this article, and give you my honest take. First off, it's fucking boring as shit. One of the greatest sins in art, in romance, is boring the audience, boring whoever your audience is. You lose them. So I spent most of my time responding to emails from the females. Like, this movie was not interesting in the least bit. I didn't even know the first film made $1 billion. That's kind of an indictment on society that they would flock to this. And I just don't like this idea, because the audience that ended up embracing this, according to the lamestream media, was the so-called incel community. So a lot of these incels embrace this Joker character for some reason, and I don't understand it, because the Joker himself in the first movie was a far leftist. The film was promoting a far leftist agenda. A lot of people don't realize that, but there were subtle hints, all sprinkled all around. It was very, very subtle, and I saw both sides embracing the movie, and promoting their own message about the incels were like, this is what happens when we're made fun of. This is what happens when society forgets us. And then the left was like, well, this is what happens when, social services are cut from Gotham City. You get a rise in criminality. These criminals wouldn't exist if they just got, universal health care and, universal this and universal that. It's just total bullshit. The movie fucking sucks. Like, shame on anybody who likes it. Like, honestly, like, I thought it was fucking dog shit. But number 2, so much worse. Let's see. I thought the early ads for Joker 1 were cool. I thought he was going to be a criminal like the original. Then it was like, meh, society. Yeah, Omega Tony has got, yeah, that's exactly it too. I was like, oh, it's going to be like a pretty dope fucking, like a cool crime movie. And it just wasn't. Pop culture has been subversive to real pop culture and American culture for decades. They really believe they are the roles they take up, just not as literal. Yeah, I agree with that. Your Wes Anderson movies promotes rainbow shit. Shut the fuck up, Zombie Mom. First off, that is not even true. Wes Anderson is a legitimate artist. Dude, all of Wes Anderson's movies are better than anything Disney Marvel has produced in the last 15 years. Full stop. So, Joker 2. I pirated the movie. Here's what happened. Joker is like, I don't know, insane. But then the government, Harvey Dent, wants to declare him not insane so he can, try him in a criminal trial. And I guess he is deemed fit to stand trial. And I kind of forget what else happens. Who cares? The movie's fucking retarded. And he falls in love with Harley Quinn, the Lady Gaga person. And literally throughout the entire fucking movie, I'm not even joking. I'm not even making this up. Literally the entire movie, Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga are singing the entire time. I can't make this up. They're singing and dancing. It is literally a musical, you guys. It's almost as if it has nothing to do with the previous film. And now that I think about it, it's kind of funny because like all these leftist retards and I guess the so-called incels that embrace this movie, they're all pretty upset because it's getting raked over the fucking coals on Rotten Tomatoes, which is what I want. I want people to hate this stuff as much as I do. I want them to walk away from it as much as I have. And so for whatever reason, while he's like locked up in jail, he gets graped by a bunch of people, and then he ceases becoming the Joker, and then Lady Gaga leaves him because he gave up. So I don't know. You get graped by a bunch of criminals and you cease becoming the Joker. I don't know what that means. What else happened? Oh God, dude, I just don't give a fuck, bros. The acting sucked. The singing sucked. The musical numbers were shit. Joaquin Phoenix can't fucking sing, and apparently neither can Lady Gaga. When you remove all those VSTs, when you remove all those really fancy, overly, educated producers in the music industry, once you remove those people and it's just her singing, so fucking mid. No, she's not that good. She's only popular because of producers like Clinton Sparks that make her sound the way that she does when she's doing her pop music shit. But like when she's just like doing her thing here, atrocious, unbelievably atrocious. Also, one of the most awkward sex scenes I've ever seen in a movie. So Joaquin Phoenix, or the Joker has sex with the Harley Quinn character while they're in like his cell. And their clothes was on the entire time, and it lasted literally like a minute. So I don't know. I don't know who this movie's for. Seriously, who the fuck was this movie for? I have no idea. I'm trying to see what else. The courthouse blows up at the end, and then like he ends up getting thrown back in jail at the end of the movie, and Harley obviously fucked off and left, and then he was gonna go meet somebody while he was in jail. So there's like, yo, someone's here to meet with you. So he's on his way to the little meeting area, and then this other retard walks up to him and he's like, yo, I got a funny joke for you, bro. And then he kills the Joker, stabs him to death, and then he leaves, and that's the movie. No, I'm not kidding. I'm not making this up. So he's in jail. has awkward sex. He sings and dances the entire fucking movie. I don't even remember the boring legal shit because, again, I was messaging women, seeing if they wanted to hang out and shit because this movie sucks. And then he gets raped in prison. Cool. He ceases to be the Joker. Whatever. And Lady Gaga leaves him because, like, he's not the same after being raped. And then he gets stabbed, and that's the movie. And then the singing and dancing stops. I don't fucking get the appeal. Like, I don't know why people like this shit. Yeah, did he? Let me read some of this shit. You are the one watching the Joker too, dude. I watched it at home. I didn't pay to see it, so I'm like exempt. I did it for the show. I did it for you guys. Okay, I did it because of the content, not because I'm like, oh, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be good, dude. I knew this movie was gonna suck dick. I knew this movie was gonna be trash. Like, none of this is surprising to me. How bad it was gonna be? No idea. No idea how bad this movie was gonna be. It is true. They are art too. Both things are true, but they'd be better without the rainbow shit. Dude, what rainbow taint? What rainbow taint in the Wes Anderson movie? I would like to know. Yeah, you're seeing something else. You're probably seeing a different Anderson movie. This is funny. Fuck this movie. Yeah, it's awful. Diddy wrote the script. Dude, if Diddy wrote the script, it would be way more interesting. It would be funnier. It'd be more Dude, Diddy is more of a fucking gangster in real life, in our world right now, than Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker ever was in this new Joker universe, whatever the fuck you want to call it. The Man in Black got raped, and that's why he became a devil and made Captain Trips. I don't know what that means. Sounds realistic. Gang rape, people be rainbow, start singing. P. Diddy definitely wrote or inspired this. Well, they were singing before that. Dude, I'm not even kidding. Like, the first 5 minutes of the movie, they're singing and dancing. I fucking kid you not. And then, like, they're trying to, like, rehabilitate him or whatever, and they're like, oh, well, here's these less violent criminals, and you're gonna sing with them because it's gonna, like, help you or something. So fucking stupid. Like, it fucking hurts my head even just thinking about this. Gio started taking tap dance lessons. Dude, after I saw Joker 2, I hate singing, dancing, comic books, Lady Gaga, movies, life. Yeah. You can't see it? What do you mean, Zombie Bomb? What tell me what rainbow undertones exist in a Wes Anderson movie. Give me an example. If you can't say it, then you're just wrong. The Man in Black is from The Gunslinger, and he is also Randall Flagg from The Stand, and Captain Trips is what they call the Plague. I honestly don't even know what you're talking about. What film are you talking about? Anyways. So yeah. So all the people who like the Joker, the Joker 2 has a message for the fans. Go fuck yourselves. Kudos to this follow-up to the $1 billion grossing hit for delivering something more than a carbon copy of the angry young clown. First off, he wasn't young. Like, he looked older than my fucking dad. But who exactly is his musical sequel for? Oh, did I not just ask this yet? Like, who the fuck is this movie for? Who is this for? He's been called the Clown Prince of Crime, a first-round contender for Best Batman Bad Guy of All Time, and a supervillain IP with the same amount of brand recognition as his Cape Crusader and arch nemesis. For most actors, he's an excuse to go ham or to extremely ham it up. For Joaquin Phoenix and director Todd Phillips, the character has the chance to play around with decades of comic book mythology and turn him into God's lonely bozo. An amalgamation of blah, 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 who the fucking cares? There's a world in which Phillips, blah, 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 Arthur Fleck, MGM, blah, 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 who cares? Say what you will about the Joker 2. It's a different, more tuneful beast than its predecessor. No, it's not. It's fucking awful. It somehow managed to be worse than the original. And you couldn't call what they're doing fan service, given its general stance that elevating and emulating disturbed antisocial individuals just because they've tapped into inkcoat rage is a bad idea. In fact, the sequel is whatever the exact opposite of fan service is. During its rare moments of clarity, you'd swear this is actually an indictment of those who flocked to Joker in the first place. Laugh and the whole world laughs with you. Flip the bird to those who loved your nihilism, yippity-dee. Mojo, the first time around, however, and you may find yourself standing alone against a mob. The closest thing it has to a message of any kind is, hey, fanatics, go fuck yourself. Some things do remain the same. Phillips is still clearly bested with a vision of Gotham that's blah, blah, blah. Who the fuck cares? As for Arthur's, he's practically catatonic, and instead of telling jokes, he's the butt of one big cosmic one. After he was caught, they wrote books and made TV movies about his rampage. Flex Q factor is at an all-time high, yet he's locked away while his lawyer tries to prove he's got a multiple personality disorder, is a sadistic father figure of a guard, offers Arthur the occasional kindness, yet always reminds him that what a guard giveth can be taketh away. Life is one long medicated wait for oblivion. And then Flex sees her. Let me see. Fuck. Though it does beg the question, who exactly is the Joker 2 for? Completist little monsters, Warner Bros. Discovery board members, people who wish Singing in the Rain had 33% more insane clown poses. Having originally struck a chord with viewers who were down to Psycho Clown with Phoenix's scarily intense interpretation, who felt they had a Travis Bickle for the generation and might have repeated the same mistakes. Those God's lonely men from back in the day did. This new Joker now wants to wag its finger at them, but it's also so alienating that it's not likely to appeal to the crossover types who threw gold statues at the first one. Either this is the sequel's real ha 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 punchline. What do you get when you cross a discordant riff on a fan favorite with a failed prestige project? Twice as much doo-doo. Yeah, so this is intentional, it seems. It seems like it was blatantly obvious that the people who made this film fucking hate the fans. They fucking hate them. They think they're retards. They think they're scum. They're the worst of the worst. They think the people who enjoyed this movie, the people who went to go see the first one and made all these people rich, they think so low of you. If you enjoy the first Joker movie, they think so low of you. All the more reason to bring more people to my side and to warn them about consuming. They're going to betray you. They'll gladly take your money. And as soon as they do, they're going to kick you in the face. I don't feel bad. Because I fucking hate all this garbage. I didn't pay for any of this shit. One of my former colleagues, he was fucking just raving up and down about this. I'm like, dude, these movies were not fucking deep. They were never deep at all. He insists otherwise, but he's wrong. And now I know that I was right all along. They can afford to do shit like this. This is a stunt. They pulled a fucking stunt. And they can afford to do it. That's a troubling sign for art. All right, let me see where the comments at. Female mannerism. The feminine behavior from all the men. Again, be specific. I don't know what you're talking about. Female mannerisms and cadence. Disagree. That they do on purpose under his direction. Disagree. They behave like rainbow men. Disagree. Fancy boys, dandies, fruits, fudge pirates, fans of musical theater. Dude, you're just fucking hating Zombie Bomb. You're just being a fucking hater. At this point, all I'm gonna watch is 1980 and earlier movies about ancient religious stories of all kinds. I mean, dude, fortunately for us, we have the internet, and the internet is growing. And you know, a lot of really good content already exists, and we don't have to watch any of this shit. There's plenty of stuff like me personally, like I'll listen to podcasts while I'm at work. I'll watch stuff while I'm at work. And, you know, I work, 10, 11, 12 hours a day. So, I'm just constantly listening to stuff. There's a lot of really great audiobooks. There's a lot of really great things that are out there that are worthy of your attention. There is good art to consume. Your family is obviously worthy of your attention. These big studios, they don't want anything to do with us. They don't want anything, well, not me, but they don't want anything to do with you. They'll take your money and then they'll start fucking spitting on you the moment they get uncomfortable. They obviously got very uncomfortable with the fans that they accrued. I get all kinds of people who reach out to me on YouTube, on Twitter, on Discord, whatever, and it's like, dude, whatever, man. And like I've been told, like on one of the Discords that I'm a mod in, or that I'm the owner of, they're like, oh, dude, look at all these people saying all this offensive shit. Like, so fucking what? Like, it's not my fucking problem. Like, people can say whatever they want. Like, I'm not the fucking boss of anybody, Like, I got my opinion, they got theirs. They can say whatever they want. And people always like, oh, aren't you going to rebuke them? I mean, this is the mentality in Hollywood. It's like, oh, well, Joker 1 comes out. Like, hey, dude, all these fucking incels, all these, like, red pill bros, like, they're embracing this movie. Like, aren't you going to do something about it? And they did. They released Joker 2, and they fucking butt-fucked their fans. Whatever, man. Yeah, there's a lot of really good shit in the 80s, man. A lot of really good shit. Prophecy was good back in the day. I don't know if it holds up. I loved Warlock and The Gate. Warlock, was that animated? No. No, I think I'm remembering wrong. I think Julian Sands was in it. Oh my god, he was in this old movie. Blah, blah, blah. Cyndi Lauper. I don't know what you guys are talking about. If you can see it, the Craig was like, to a lesser degree, but I still saw the rainbow. Zombie Bone, you're just fucking hating. I don't know what you're hating on. Pretty bad. So yeah, I give. Is it better or worse than Isom? Joker 2 is worse than Isom. Joker 2 is literally worse than Isom. I would rather see Isom the movie. Like, if I had two choices. Incompetent jackass just produced, directed, wrote, and made Isom, or I can see Joker 2 that was made by industry professionals. The best of the best. Well paid. Cream of the crop. I'd go see Isom. I would go see... Yeah. I have to go there, you guys. I have to go there. There's just no escaping it. There's no escaping it. Unbelievable. All right, so let's just go ahead and move on, because pop culture the news never stops. I thought we were done talking about this. So on September 27, 2024, Variety publishes an article. Paul Feig says so many Trump supporters lashed out at female Ghostbusters. Then Trump mocked the reboot and everybody went fucking cannibal. Yeah, that's fucking right. You're absolutely fucking right. We did. We were like this. So Paul Feig said in a new interview with The Guardian that a lot of the vitriol he faced online during the release of his female Ghostbusters reboot in the summer of 2016 stemmed from supporters of Donald Trump, who infamously called out the reboot in a video post. The film starred Melissa McCarthy, Kristen Wiig, Kate McKinnon, and Leslie Jones as the eponymous paranormal investigators. The political climate of the time was really weird, with Hillary Clinton running for office in 2016. Feig said, there were a lot of dudes looking for a fight. When I was getting piled on Twitter, I'd go back and see who they were. So many were Trump supporters. Then Trump came out against us. He was like, they were making Indiana Jones with Harrison Ford. You can't do that. And now they're making Ghostbusters with only women. What's going on? And got all upset. Everybody went fucking cannibal, Feig continued. It turned the movie into a political statement. As if to say, if you're pro-woman, you're going to go see this. If you're not, then I didn't think it mattered at all. that the main characters were women, the people brought a lot of baggage. The Ghostbusters reboot became a prime example in Hollywood of an inclusive tentpole being targeted by toxic fandoms. Earlier this year, original Ghostbusters star Ernie Hudson told The Independent that he was somewhat disappointed in the all-female reboot because it wasn't what fans were hoping for. Yeah, no shit, dude. They're like, oh, look, a new Ghostbusters movie, but it doesn't have the original characters. It has nothing to do with the original, stories of the previous movies, the two movies at the time, and also the video game, which is like literally Ghostbusters 3, and it was funny as hell. Yeah, no shit, people are going to be disappointed. Oh, but it's those MAGA kids, I'm sure. It isn't Paul Feig being out of touch, is it? Look, I'm a fan of Paul Feig, so I have nothing negative to say about him, he said. Other than, I don't quite understand why you do a reboot, you know what I mean? Just make another movie. Yeah, exactly. If you have so much fucking faith in these women, you have so much faith in your creative abilities. By the way, Paul Feig is talented. He did that Spy movie with Melissa McCarthy. Dude, Spy was unbelievably hilarious. It was so fucking good. Like, I was like in tears laughing because it was so fucking hilarious. Ghostbusters 2016, the female reboot, had zero charm, zero appeal. It was fucking goofy. And again, just like that Joker 2 shit, they were like dancing around being retarded. And I'm like, nah, but they want to be like, oh, dude, the Trump supporters were chimping out in the movie theater. They were just being like, yeah, as soon as we saw the female Ghostbusters, we just started chimping out like that. But Hudson's Ghostbusters co-star Dan Aykroyd long defended the reboot. Why? You don't have to, Dan. You can just keep your fucking mouth shut. The comedian told People magazine in July that he loved the movie Feig made with those spectacular women. I thought the villain at the end was great. I loved so much of it. And of course, Kate McKinnon and Leslie Jones, Melissa McCarthy and Kristen Wiig. You're never going to do better than that. Dan, come on, bro. Like, they're not going to cancel you. You don't have to kiss their ass, dude. So I go on the record as saying I'm so proud to have been able to license that movie and have it and have a hand and have a part in it. And I'm fully supportive of it. And I don't besmirch it at all. I think it works really great amongst all the ones that have been made. The Ghostbusters franchise was back in theaters earlier this year with the release. Hold on, where's my cursor? Let's see. With the release of The Frozen Empire, which, by the way, the movie sucked dick, which starred original actors, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, so that's basically it. Yeah, holy shit, man. What a horrible fucking... Dude, it's 2024. 2016 is ancient history at this point. And they're still not over it. Dude, Ghostbusters 2016 failing the way that it did. Like, this movie is like the Hillary Clinton of cinema. They're like, yeah, this film took a fat shit. You know, fell face down. And they can't let it go. You know, a lot of times, the actors and Paul Feig himself and all these other fuckers that are associated with this project, you antagonize and attack people who are not stoked about what they're seeing. They saw the trailer and like, hey, this is pretty fucking terrible. This is not Ghostbusters. It's not my Ghostbusters. And Leslie Jones and the whole crew, they all get defensive about it. Again, the way that you handle this, like a fucking business person, because you got to stop being an artist when you're on the internet. You're a fucking businessman. You got to promote your art. You got to promote your studio. You got to promote your team. You got to be supportive of them, and you can't talk shit about them. So Dan Aykroyd, he didn't do anything wrong. Like, whatever, man. He's doing what he's supposed to do. But these others, no, not so much. Like, if I was Paul Feig, I'd be like, everybody needs to chill the fuck out. It's like, look, we'll just be like, hey, we put a lot of effort into this film. I know it's not like the original. We're trying something different, and like, we hope you join us. That's all you gotta say. Like, literally, like if I was Paul Feig and like I was calling the shots, you know, I was a shot caller. That's probably exactly how I would handle it. And just tell everybody, tell Leslie Jones, tell, you know, everybody, just like, chill the fuck out. Don't say anything. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be really fucking bad. But at the very least, if we fail, they can't use our words against us. You know, that's the best you can hope for. Like, you're between a cock and a hard place. Like, there's really no other move that you can make. But yeah, they're never going to let this go. They're never going to forgive us. You know, like, is Sony ever going to let go of the fact that Concord failed? That stupid video game, like, that game failed as badly as it did. I don't think they're going to let that shit go. They're going to keep shit talking the fans, calling us toxic. You know, like there comes a point where it's like maybe you guys should rethink your entire strategy, because this stuff is hurting the studios. Us bad mouthing these films, us going our own way, us ceasing to consume sins. It's hurting them, even though a lot of the industry is backed by the communist Chinese government and a bunch of nefarious NGOs and activists like George Soros and shit. And even the federal government, the United States federal government does prop up Hollywood to a degree. But it's hurting. And when Trump's president, the gravy train's over. They're cutting everything. It's going to be biblical. So yeah, let me read some of these comments really quick. So I'm wrong about you're gay, but they aren't. What? Zombie bomb. Hold up. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't see any real rainbow on you, but I make it up to be funny. So I'm wrong and you're gay, but they aren't. I don't even know what you mean. Zombie bomb, are you drunk? Let's see. Carl Johansson. I'm on YouTube most of the time. Speaking of which, Susan Wojcicki just died. Yeah, she's been dead for a while, man. She was an enemy in the censorship battle, but rip. Yes, like, again, like, I know she wasn't a good person. I know she was my enemy, but her last couple years in life were insanely fucking tragic. Her son died. And then she was battling what I believe to be cancer or some other illness. She didn't make it. And I know a lot of people were celebrating it, and what the hell is this? Oh, anyways. What I'll say is this, and I'm speaking only for myself, not about Susan, but I genuinely believe that if you are an evil person and you do evil unto others, God will punish you. He will take things from you. And I wasn't always a good person. I was a fucking bad dude. Like a legit bad dude. And one day I faced what I believe to be God's wrath. And I lost all my money. I lost my college sweetheart. I nearly lost my job. And my health was completely destroyed. And I nearly died. And before then, I didn't really know God. I never really talked to the Lord. I didn't pray. I didn't do any of that shit. I mocked religion. Again, I was a bad dude. But I repented. And in my heart, I knew that I wanted to change and lead a better life. Susan Wojcicki endured horrific suffering the last couple years of her life. She strikes me as somebody who isn't a person of faith. I'm not saying she deserved it or had it coming or it's God's wrath, but generally speaking, from experience, when you do evil unto others, when you are a bad person and you need to be stopped, sometimes God has a funny way of fucking punishing you. And when it happens, it's really fucking bad. When it rains, it pours. She suffered gravely. But as a result of her actions, we got a Kamala Harris presidency. And a lot of people have died and perished because of what Susan did to censor lawful speech, to promote disinformation against my people. She is responsible, in my opinion, for the genocide ongoing in Palestine. She is responsible for the genocide ongoing in the Donbass region. She is responsible for a lot of these wars in the Middle East and in Eastern Europe because she censored the lawful speech of people. And it wasn't just that. She banned people. She fucked around. She fucked around with the rules of engagement in terms of sober discussion and debate. And as a result of doing what she did, evil was able to grow like a cancer. And she died of cancer. we lost a lot of people that we loved and cared about. And she never knew pain like that because she's one of the rich bitches of society, or at least was. But she had to watch her son perish. I'm not saying she deserved it, but like evil people get it really fucking bad. Most of us who are evil get exactly what we fucking deserve. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I didn't celebrate. I didn't post fucking tweets saying like that's what you get. Nothing like that. Again, that's not up to me. It's up to God. I mean, I don't even think the kid deserved it. I didn't know the kid. I knew nothing about her family. I didn't even know she had kids. But you know, she didn't just lose the kid. She had I'm sure she read tweets. She saw videos of people celebrating her suffering. She got a taste of her own medicine because people like myself, families like mine, we suffered gravely because of the actions that she took. Sucks to suck. I mean, am I going to lose sleep over it and feel bad? No, not really. You were blessed with a very fortunate life. You could have done good. You could have protected people's lawful speech. You could have protected unpopular opinions. You could have protected the truth, fostered the truth, and prevented very evil people from obtaining power. But you didn't. And now you're no longer with us. If there is a hell, and I was a gambling man, if I did the things she did, I would probably end up there too. We need a modern Hellraiser. Bro, she been dead, lols. Yeah, thank you, Vegatoni. Her sister's in charge of something. It shocked me. What the fuck was it? 23andMe? Yes, yeah, the 23andMe. Yeah, doesn't surprise me. Shocked all over again. Gio, have you talked about that story? That's some shady, scary shit. No, I don't believe I did. I feel like maybe I saw this somehow. I don't know how though. Maybe I saw through all the clips of people laughing at it. I don't understand how the original Ghostbusters was successful. It sucked. The second one was worse. It wasn't that bad. I enjoyed it. People enjoyed it because it was funny. Like Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and fuck, I can't remember the other guy. They were like legends back in the 80s. Them and Rodney Dangerfield, like these guys would just be in all the fucking hilarious movies. Fuck, man. It pisses me off. I don't remember the name. They need to make Resident Evil 7 as a movie. That was actually good goy slap, in my opinion. Yeah, the Resident Evil movie, not movies, the games, the lore, the story, from Capcom, really, really good. What really sells it, what people really enjoy about, at least in my opinion, why they're so good, why people love them, the characters. The characters absolutely sell it. They're fun to interact with. They're fun to play as. It's fun watching their story unfold, and of course their motivations. People identify with them. So I believe Resident Evil 7 was when the guy was he was like the Los Plagos. You know, he had it in him, and we identified with that character because he went to this castle to save his daughter. And, you know, to avenge his family, save his family, yada, yada, yada. Like people like that. People we can relate to that. And it's kind of campy. It can be kind of silly, but again, it's a horror. It's got horror. It's got sci-fi. It's got action. It's got really good protagonists and even like decent villains for the most part. Some of them are kind of silly, but oh man, those Resident Evil movies just aren't that good. But for whatever reason, they make a lot of money and people like them. So yeah. Hey Gio, did you hear about the new Warband PC game? No, I haven't, Ivan. Tell me about it. Main character was kind of a simp though. Yeah. I know a lot of great books. They should turn into movies, but they only like the most fucking generic ones. No, you're too far behind to comprehend anything at this point, Annie. It's okay, you were busy. Susan didn't find Jesus. Got no love for her. She was an agent of Satan, though, and through. I agree. You're a better man, Gio. I am not. Ivan, I mean, just like, look, we can't become like them and celebrate violence onto people, celebrate suffering onto people, and be as nasty and evil as they are. I refuse to be like them. I tried to, but it didn't work on my phone. Lols. I'll say it was God's wrath. You don't always have to take revenge, but God does ask you to leave room for his divine judgment and punishment. And it's more than likely this would happen. I'm not even kidding. It's more than likely what happened, Ivan. You know, just you do evil shit long enough, eventually that shit touches you and it takes you with it. Susan was sinister, but her sister Annie might be worse. There's a third sister. Yeah, Ghostbusters was fun, and those guys were charismatic. Exactly, Zombie Bob. But no, the 23andMe thing, I don't know too much about the scandal. None of it surprises me. I was always under the assumption that the private data from 23andMe was always in the hands of very nefarious, nasty people. And I don't know why anybody would willingly participate in a service that takes your DNA and then they tell you shit about it. I did talk about it once or twice where there were articles that have identified certain users of the service who were, who got fake results. So they're like, if you were like a generic white guy, let's say like you look like a JD Vance and you go to 23andMe because you wanted to learn about your heritage or whatever, your ancestry, they'll give you fake shit. They'll be like, oh, JD Vance, you're actually like Native American and like 25% black or whatever. And then they would do that because they wanted to like combat racism. Like, dude, the whole thing it's always been fucking shady. I don't know why people trust that shit, but you know, whatever. It's not my money. It's not my time. It's not my genetic information. I don't give my shit out. So it is what it is. Except to the ladies. Anyways. Yeah, me too. So yeah. All right, let's move on. Yeah, fuck Ghostbusters. You know what? Again, if you're like me, if you're part of the anti-consume sin movement, the anti-consumerism movement, we're doing real damage to the internationalists. We're doing real damage to the pedophiles in Hollywood. We're doing real damage to these people who hate us and want to abuse us and want to force their ideology onto us. We can hurt them. We have more power in us than we know. And I'm just here to remind everybody of that. The Warband game in the works right now is the Warband Thought Apocalypse by Dark Swamp on YouTube. I helped a bit with some graphics, but nothing major. It's free and base. I don't know what to think about it. At this point, I'm against all DNA tests that require a doctor or even a computer. I'd be fine with a home test of some kind. Well, I mean, if you do a home test, like what, are you going to have your own little fucking lab to process that shit? Like, processing DNA takes weeks, even right now with current technology. Well, I'm sure there's some device where you can like instantly get results, but like it's not available to guys like me. That's for sure. All right. Let's see what we got here. Literally, you're proving the non-tipper correct. You are not entitled to someone else's money. Yeah, so the tipping culture is out of control. So for the audio-only listeners, we are looking at juicy, crunchy Italian cheesy breadsticks from Little Caesars. And I guess this is a like Uber Eats, DoorDash guy. He's like, AC is on full blast for the non-tipper, thumbs up emoji. And he has the delicious Italian cheesy breadsticks, which are meant to be eaten very hot, right in front of his vehicle's AC vent. And it's blowing out cold air onto this because he didn't get a fucking tip. Yeah, I think it's just time to ban tipping altogether. I'm very close to never ever tipping again. As soon as if I see another story like this, I'm just never gonna tip. I'm so fucking over it. Let's see. Fuck, man. Here we go. Here's the story. Hold on, let me read some of these comments really quick before we dive into this. Bigfoot captured in wild viral video by terrified hikers. Scariest moment of my life. I'll be the judge of that. Let me see. Gotta find a way. I want people to have access for practical reasons, but don't fucking give anyone your DNA if you can help it. Don't give them some baby's DNA either. Look, I don't even know. Like, dude, like for me, it's just like not really that important to like. I don't know why people are so obsessed with like trying to figure out what their like ancestry is. I can go back quite a bit, but even then, it's just like. I don't care enough to waste my money on this shit. And I think, and I value my privacy more so than so-called knowing. I would rather just be in the dark. Fuck it. You know, like imagine if these companies gather all this genetic information on highly successful people, because I imagine the people do these tests aren't cheap. The people that are doing this, overly educated, very productive, and curious individuals. They seek knowledge and shit. And now these creepy corporations have your genetic DNA. And one of the memes about the scamdemic was that there are weapons that are bioengineered to target specific demographics. And you can actually successfully do that if you have their genetic material on hand. You can cultivate a very specific weapon that only targets a specific group of people. And they can only do that if they know who you are. And 23andMe provides that. I'm sure there was a disclaimer somewhere in the fucking thing that your genetic information is no longer yours. It belongs to them, and they can do whatever they want with it. But the optics, of course, look terrible when news breaks that the entire board ends up quitting, and then there's all these scandals, and then some of the results are fake because of wokeism, yada yada. I mean, just fuck it, you guys. Just who cares? I mean, that's probably not a really great answer, but I just personally don't give a fuck. Chaz came from a genus of African dung beetles. Probably true. Well, mostly I hear people questioning the father of theoretical babies. You don't go to 23andMe to do paternity tests if that's what you think. You should already know your ancestry. You just check with your family in the old country. I know. Well, not really close to them. They have all the records going back forever. Yeah, I mean, doing like records requests and shit is not difficult, and going back there is not really difficult either. Oh, well, I don't know. Actually, yeah, I can because I got my passport, so now I can fly anywhere I want. Unless I'm banned from flying. I haven't flown anywhere in like a couple years, so I don't know. I could be in trouble. I could be on that FBI red list. All right, so yeah, Bigfoot captured in wild viral video by a terrified hiker. Scariest moment of my life. Oh, what the fuck? This grainy piece of shit. The fuck? Alright, it's not playing. It was only a matter of time before Bigfoot became a TikTok star. A content creator has allegedly captured the furry beast on video in what could be the clearest footage of the much debated mythical beast to date. The video boasts more than 1.2 million views on TikTok. I really think I caught a fucking Bigfoot on camera, exclaimed Man Alfaro in the caption to the brief clip, which was shot in the parallel forest in Lawton, Oklahoma. What the fuck is Bigfoot doing in Oklahoma? While no one thought Sasquatch was finally found, it turns out the sighting was all part of an ad campaign for the Bigfoot head shopping. Okay, all right. And then, of course, the site crashed. Good fucking riddance. You know what? Chaz was right for now. However, I am assembling a team, and we will find the origins of Bigfoot. The fuck? Close out. There we go. If you plan on growing super soldiers, a Y DNA base would be really valuable. Yeah, but let's just be honest, Carl Johansson. The regime, and of course these mega corpos that are working in concert with the regime, they're not interested in building super soldiers. They're more likely interested in finding a way to destroy political dissidents and having all this DNA available to find ways to destroy healthy and happy populations, and basically turning them into what Americans are mostly today: obese, heavily reliant on pharmaceutical products, etc., etc. Which is, make America healthy again is big. It's a big thing. It's a good slogan. Yeah, but I'm saying putting the info into the hands of a doctor or into a computer is just as bad. I don't know. Some people got to do paternity tests for obvious reasons. Some people have to surrender their DNA. Like I had to do blood tests done like a couple years ago. Whatever. It was necessary. Universal Soldier. I fucking love Chaz's Bigfoot video. Dude, he really, really hates Bigfoot. I'm starting to think that maybe Chaz saw a legitimate Bigfoot, and the way that he copes is by pretending that it's not real. Lawton is trashy on peeing. That is so hot. Zombie Bomb. You peeing right now. All right, so, I should probably... shit, bumped my thing. I should probably play some spooky crime music while we go over the crime stuff. Yeah. So we got 2 really good crime stories, you guys. It's gonna get really fucking spooky in here. It's October, it's spooky season, and crime stops for nobody. Oh, yeah. Set the mood. It's late at night. Hold on 1 second. I gotta do something really quick. There we go. All right, so Sean Diddy Combs, ladies and gentlemen, he's all the rage right now. Sean Diddy Combs' alleged list of accomplices to be revealed soon. The names will shock you, attorney says. Now, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. I really don't, but I don't believe we're going to get a list of these people. I don't believe the public is going to have closure. It's not likely, guys. It's not likely to happen. I hate to break it to everybody. That's just the unfortunate reality that we live in. The music industry is so perverse. It is so corrupt. For whatever reason, as I've stated before, during the hashtag #MeToo movement, the music industry was spared. It was spared. I can only speculate as to why. Probably because of, I don't really want to say, I don't want the FBI coming after me. I don't want to end up in prison for a wrong thing. One can only surmise themselves as to why the music industry has been immune to scrutiny, immune to consequences, immune to the exposure that we're seeing now in the year of our Lord 2024. So are we really going to be getting a list of the so-called accomplices, the participants in the heinous acts committed by Sean P. Diddy Combs and his acolytes? Not very likely. He does spend lots of time in the woods. The list won't shock me. Only if you told me Gio was not on the list. Shut the fuck up, Tony. Funny, but fuck you. That is, you're out of line. You're out of line, my friend. All right. Well, let's see. In a press conference held Tuesday in Houston, attorney Tony Busby sounds really close to Beelzebub. Warned that the day will come when he names the other alleged perpetrators and bystanders associated with Combs' alleged illegal activities. We will expose the enablers who enabled this conduct behind closed doors. We will pursue this matter no matter who the evidence implicates. Beelzebub, who was representing over 100 alleged victims of the Bad Boy Records founders, said during the press conference. Look, people are speculating there's going to be an Epstein situation in the jail cell. I beg to differ. I think there's going to be a Epstein situation for the people that are trying to expose the criminals, expose the satanic pedophiles in the music industry that have been poisoning the minds of the youth, poisoning the minds of the American people, the public, for many, many decades. Bad Boy Records' heyday began in the mid-90s. They were the biggest stars ever. They ruled the West Coast and the East Coast. I don't know if anyone's going to be held accountable. I don't know if there's going to be justice. I don't even believe there's going to be closure. Don't count on it. Don't hold your breath. It's not coming. It's not news to me that celebrities have freaky sex parties, but that's not illegal. There's no proof of coercion in the Diddy case. It's another Me Too case like the Weinstein. BuzzFeed. Does he really have a son named King Kong? Zombie Bomb, I have no idea. Also, I mean, dude, all the information's not out there yet, Carl Johansson. We still got to wait for more evidence to be brought forward. We got to wait for the actual trial to begin. Dude, P. Diddy is a thug, for sure. These people are evil, for sure. And he was legitimately... He was doing some sneaky beaky shit, man. They don't call him the Black Epstein for no reason. Those are pretty heavy allegations, and having the proximity that I do to Hollywood, I've heard some shit. Like, dude, one of the singers of the Pussycat Dolls has come forward and say and announce that the group was nothing more than just a prostitution ring. They were just pimping out and whoring out the women to whoever. Dude, the music industry is so shit. Again, if you are a part of the anti-consume movement, if you no longer want to consume, if you want to step away from consuming and step into the light to accept Christ, you'll get it. The further away and the longer you are away from this stuff, the closer you are to heaven, the closer you are to feeling the love of God. And the less you want this shit, the more disgusted you are by it as each day passes. It's kind of like somebody who stops doing drugs cold turkey. It's kind of how I feel. I stopped listening to this stuff. I stopped participating in this stuff. I walked away. And the longer I am away from it, the closer I am to God and the more disgusted I feel knowing the shit is still out there. You know, I've talked with other friends and, of course, with you guys. Like, when I have kids, they're not going to be exposed to any of this shit. They will be shielded and protected from this stuff. We would engage in wholesome, all-American activities that doesn't include listening to this fucking bullshit, watching Cape shit, watching Disney, Marvel, Goy Slob, whatever. No Pepsis, no sugary bullshit. Just healthy, and not just physically, but mentally, of course. I mean, when I say mentally, that's also physically too. Your brain is an organ. You know, brain health matters. This stuff is meant to tear you down. This stuff is meant to degrade you, demean you, weaken you, physically weaken you. Don't give these fucking creeps the benefit of the doubt, man. People gave Johnny Depp the benefit of the doubt. The dude is literally a fucking Satanist. Dude, Johnny Depp is literally responsible for freeing 3 satanic murderers who killed a child. They were 100% guilty, in my opinion. And they were convicted. But because of Johnny Depp's activism, he got them, he freed them. He freed murderers, in my opinion. Apply the same standards to the Diddy case as every other grape case. I need a grape kit and a police report within a 24, 48 hour window. Other than that, no proof is sufficient. Look, if it was like a regular person, I would agree. But these aren't regular people. They don't deserve the benefit of the doubt. All these people, like in my fascist America, everybody in Hollywood, everybody in the music industry, round it up. It's the only way that nature will heal. It is the only way to protect the minds of people that are very impressionable to the satanic messaging of the music industry and of the pop culture industry, to be more broad. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but these people are just so fucking evil and so disgusting and heinous. You know, like there's so many like content creators like on the right who like go so fucking hard against degeneracy, you know, rainbow stuff, etc., etc. But when these celebrities get indicted and they get exposed for the crimes that they've allegedly committed, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, we need the evidence and we need to be principled. No, fuck that. Fuck these celebrities. fuck celebrities. They're all evil. Johnny Depp is fucking evil. P. Diddy is evil. The Biden crime family, they're fucking evil. The Weinstein's evil. Yeah, all of them are gross. Gross is an understatement, but I agree. I don't believe it's going to happen, you guys. I just don't. They're probably going to get away with it. Maybe if Trump wins, change the culture, just like in the normie world and in my world, nobody is down with any of this shit. Nobody's cool with any of the shit. Like, P. Diddy's getting memed up the wazoo. He's pretty much cooked. However, the normies are responsible for creating this monster. They consumed product, putting more money in his pocket, making him more rich and powerful, to the point where he allegedly has blackmail on very high up executives in multiple industries. He has blackmail or compromising material on politicians, United States politicians, maybe foreign dignitaries, perhaps. Who knows? If they're big in the music scene, it almost guaranteed means that they're surrounded by gremlins. Probably true, Tony. The victims too, they went to some yeah. I mean, it's hard to be. Hold on, let me choose my words carefully here. I've yet to hold. Look, it's pretty obvious what these men want. They only want one thing, or maybe a couple things. Your soul and your body, right? That's what's important to them. They want these two things. They have that. They can do anything they want with you. And a lot of these young people who end up going to the freak off parties and whatever, they know what the shit's about. It's not a fucking secret. It's not a fucking secret. And then they get raped, they get their fucking dicks touched or whatever, and, molested and shit. What'd you expect? The fuck did you expect? There's a bunch of fucking, they talk about it. Where they talk about, fucking bitches, doing drugs, shooting people, whatever. And then they're doing this in real life. And then even worse, it's like Eyes Wide Shut, but more ghetto. That's P. Diddy's MO. Eyes Wide Shut, good movie. Zombie, they can be forgiven if they denounce the moon. That is true. If they come out and they say that the moon landing didn't happen, they can be forgiven. There's forgiveness and there's a path to redemption for them. All right, let's move on to the next crime topic. Oh, shit. This one really fucking pisses me off. ASU stabber Casey Sloan, who's a fat, ugly woman, has charges lowered and now faces less than 10 years in prison for a knife attack on fellow classmate. A judge has thrown out charges of attempted murder against the Arizona college student who nearly killed a classmate in an unprovoked knife attack in front of horrified students. Casey Sloan was facing multiple charges after launching herself at Mara DeFron, 19, as the pair arrived at class at ASU's West Valley campus on September 19th. So this just happened. The bubbly student needed emergency surgery for a ruptured spleen and injuries to her chest and arm after Sloan stabbed her twice in a premeditated attack before being hauled off her target by fellow students. 2 counts were dismissed at a court hearing on Monday, leaving Sloan facing the lesser charges of aggravated assault with a prison term between 2 and 9 fucking years. We are beside ourselves, Mara's devastated mother told dailymail.com. So the only way there would be justice is if my daughter had actually died, ? That's how it works. So this is Mara DeFron, 19-year-old, very beautiful, thin, really juicy lips, cute bulbous nose, very symmetrical features. Ooh, and that hair. And then this is her attacker. This fucking fat, ugly pig. Sloan. Casey Sloan? Was it Casey? Yeah, Casey Sloan. Look at this fucking fat, ugly witch. This fucking fat, Oompa Loompa, hungry hippo looking ass bitch. Why do you think she attacked her? This beautiful young Mara. Why do you think this fat ham beast attack this chick right here? What could it possibly be? Look at this. She is looking up at the camera. I see evil. I see jealousy. I see spite, ladies and gentlemen. I see hate. Hate in those nasty, ugly mud eyes of hers. These beady little mud eyes. This fucking fat pig. It was premeditated, as stated earlier. So she wanted to do this. She planned to have done this. But the charges were reduced, and I wonder why. Could it be because the victim is this cute, beautiful white girl, and the perpetrator is this fucking fat, ugly pig? Jesus, so fucking angry. Dude, how cruel is life? God, please. I'm asking the Lord right now. I'm on my knees praying. Can we have more of Mara? Because right now there's only going to be a few million of Maras. But there will be billions of these fucking fat, disgusting, Lizzo-looking ass bitches. Billions of these. Only a few millions of these. Lord, please. We need this. Not this. Sloan, 19, has been held at Maricopa County Jail since the attack while her victim recovers at home. Sloan told police she had issues with self-worth. Oh, dude, by the way, this is the first time reading this article, you guys. It's the first time reading this fucking article. But I can just look at somebody and I can know a lot about them. I have that special ability because of my professional experience, because of my, not street cred, but my street smarts, if you will. I just have this special intuition, and I just know shit. Sloan, 19, has been held in Maricopa, blah, blah, blah. Sloan told police she had issues with self-worth and had decided to launch her attack the evening before at the $784,000 home she shares with her family in the Glendale gated community less than a mile from the school. She said she singled out Defron, the cute girl, as an easier target than the veteran she originally had in mind. In a search of Sloan's backpack revealed a series of handwritten letters addressed to family and friends apologizing for what she was about to commit. Defron was equally mystified about the motive as she spoke to police just before going into surgery. I'm just scared because I don't know why the fuck she would stab me, the sports business student said. Defron's mother, Lonnie, told DailyMail.com that her daughter did not realize she was being attacked at first because Sloan tripped just over before reaching her. Mara tried to help her up, she explained. Dude, this is the most cute white girl wholesome thing ever. She didn't even realize this fucking fat bitch was trying to kill her. And she just wanted to help her. It's like, oh, this my fellow student, my fellow pupil. She's falling and I need to help her. Then she realized something wasn't right. She turned around and ran and was stabbed in the back. She's way too afraid to go back to ASU. Her professors are working with her to do online lectures, and I hope she will be able to go back next year. She's still having a little bit of pain. The thing is, she's having nightmares and having to sleep with me. All right, so here's the fat pig. I guess she's in Paris. there's a joke here, but I'm gonna omit it. Even when she's in distress, she still looks like an angel. Photos on social media show Sloan enjoying a glamorous vacation in France a couple of years ago, while she described herself on LinkedIn as a goal-oriented, communicative team player that strives for the highest quality of work possible. I am a quick learner and extreme observant, which gives me strong skills in organization and acting quickly in a work setting. Okay. Pictures posted by her sister Mackenzie show the pair laughing and smiling as they enjoyed a sightseeing trip to France in 2022. Oh, so this is recent. They posted gleefully for photos together, blah, blah, blah. Let me see. She told investigators she suffered intrusive thoughts about hurting people, but felt disgusted with them and never made a plan until the night before the attack. Sloan's LinkedIn profile notes that ASU gave her a $5,000 New American University Dean's Award scholarship, and that she was studying for a BBA in Business Administration and Management. She is a 2023, blah, blah, blah. Let me see. What else can we learn about this fucking... Look at this. Look how fucking fat and disgusting she is. Look at this violent ghetto criminal. She's getting all this money. She lives in a nice community, but she's still ghetto trash. Ghetto violent trash. I'm extremely close and have deep ties with my community, she writes. I have been awarded the Arizona Art Seal of Proficiency in the Theater Distinction, which required over 80 years of extracurricular, or 80 hours of extracurricular work and activities. Prosecutors have yet to determine a motive for the attack, which took place in front of more than a dozen witnesses, but Sloan told police she believed it would make her problems go away. Very interesting. The defendant admitted she came to class to hurt somebody and was planning the attack since the night prior. This planning included blah, blah, blah. She knew the victim from a prior class and shared a class with her this semester. Navy veteran Matthew McCormick saved Fran's life after hauling his enraged classmate away before she was able to kill her target. Another white man hero. As she was going for a third attack, I was able to grab her wrist and apprehend her. Okay, so we get the point. Oh, look at that. Look how cute she is. Again, a few million of these. 6 grillion of these. Disgusting. Disgusting. Look at this fucking pig. Here's what I see. I'm gonna dive into the mind of this ham beast. I'm gonna really psychoanalyze her, but before I do that, let me go ahead and read some of these comments really quick. Let me see. Thunderbomb, I was saying earlier, it's wild how we all hear freak off for the first time ever, and nobody has questions. We know what that is. Thunderbomb, not a... Well, this is what happens when you raise them with can't say that. Your Honor, I didn't mean to kill her. I was doing the is it real or a cake challenge. Okay, that doesn't sound like a blah. I can't say that. That's exactly why we should Jesus Christ, zombie blah. So how much value did she gain after the stabbing? Stop being base zombie. No. Sorry, Gio. That was a clear photo op the chick did. Get smart, bro. Look at Gio. Simply for chicks who get stabbed. What can I say? I'm a sucker for the babes. But here's why she did it. Here's what again, we're going to get into the mind of this criminal. This is very rare for me to do. You're witnessing a legit professional do this in real time. And I'm not afraid to do this. Here's what I see. Casey Sloan, the fat pig. All her life, she's told she's awesome, she's amazing, she's stunning, she's brave, she's this, she's that. They're throwing money at her. She has the whole world at in her hands. She can do whatever she wants because the powers that be want Casey Sloan to succeed because diversity or something, because more racism. So they're giving her the world on a silver platter. It's hers to do whatever she wants. Obviously, eat it, but you get the point. So on the surface, all these wonderful things are happening. She's getting all this money. She lives in a nice community. She gets to go to fancy trips to Paris, France, whatever. But she doesn't feel like she's special. She doesn't feel like she's amazing and stunning and brave. She knows what she is. She's just a fucking low IQ, violent, ghetto, fat pig. And that's all she's ever going to be. No matter how much money they give her. No matter how many fancy trips to Europe that she takes. I don't know about you guys, but I would be so grateful to be given that kind of money. I had to pay my way to college. I didn't even go to a good fucking school. I went to UNLV in College of Southern Nevada. I mean, I liked it, but I paid for it. So, on the surface, it's great, but she doesn't feel good here. And then she sees the beautiful Mara. Mara may not have had all the opportunities that she's gotten. Maybe Mara isn't told that she's stunning and brave and amazing and yada, 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 but Mara gets more attention than she does. Mara is seen as more valuable than Casey Sloan. Like if I'm at a bar, the only dude there, and these are the only 2 chicks in the bar, and I have an opportunity to talk to one of them, dude, I'm straight to Mara. I'm buying her drinks. I'm asking for her number. I'm gonna ask to walk her home or whatever. And she knows Mara. She's had experiences with Mara. So over an extended period of time, we're seeing jealousy, resentment, bitterness be built up. Because somebody like Mara is likely in demand, romantically speaking. Mara is kind of getting all this attention. And because she is still alive, she's going to be showered with even more attention. Hopefully she gets with a Navy SEAL guy. Where is he at? Where's that Chad? Yeah, right here. It's not really a flattering picture, but yeah, Navy veteran Matthew. Trying to better himself. Yeah, date this dude. Make like 30, like have like 10 kids. He likes I'm already helpless and immobilized. Oh, fuck you. Oof. Ooh, that was funny. Oh, that's a good one. It's a good strategy. There's this whole big news story about how Gio isn't the one who did that. Oh, how Gio isn't the one who did that to her? Tyrone chose the white girl, bro. This Izzy. You would have to pay me a lot of money to go to Paris. Yeah, dude, Paris seems kind of fucking boring. I don't know. It's too ghetto for me now. New Orleans before the flood was 1 billion times better than Paris. I would probably true. And it seems like more fun too, based on the videos that I've seen. So yeah. Yeah, this is just a classic tale of jealousy, bitterness, but understanding the reasons why is also very, very important. You know, like it's not just, you know, oh well, she's beautiful. She looks like a princess, and this fucking violent ghetto criminal looks like literally a bridge troll. Like if I fall down a little hill and right next to me is a bridge, like I expect this thing to come out and be like, yo, what the fuck? Give me your wallet. Again, dude, the opportunities this fucking bitch has or had, way better. She got a way better deal than I did in life, that's for sure. But it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. Jealousy's a real fucking bitch, man. Jealousy's a real bitch. You don't know. Again, I see somebody who's praised, right, for their academics, but I don't really see a lot of much signs of intelligence here. I see at best, a mediocre student. And if grades weren't fucking rigged the way our elections are, she'd probably be like a C-, at best a C- student. I don't really see her being that intelligent. You got intrusive thoughts. You can't even control it. So that suggests low impulse control. Low impulse control, that means low IQ. And of course, it's a fucking criminal. She committed a fucking crime. She tried to kill this beautiful girl, the beautiful Mara. So again, most criminals aren't really that intelligent. The ones that are, they don't really get caught. And they're usually operating at a high level, just unfathomable to even think about. So yeah. We will pray for Mara's recovery. And yeah, shout out to this guy. This guy's a fucking badass. Good for him. Again, billions of these, a few millions of these. All these little, I don't know. Look at her. Look how sweet she is. Oh, I was about to be like, oh shit, Trumpy bear right there, but looks like it's just a regular bear. Oh man, dude. I'm trying to think of like if something so horrifying happened to me, like I just never did that thing again. But I can't think of anything at the top of my head. I can't even imagine being so afraid to go back to school that I don't know. Embrace the trad life, girl. Gio wishes he was a knife. Oh shit! All right, well we gotta move on. We gotta move on. Hold on 1 second. I gotta turn off this music. All right. All right, so we gotta talk about some finance stuff. I got 2 things here, pretty interesting. All right. With a name like Mara, I would suspect this chick is one of the NPR people. She's probably pro-abortion, transy kids, and all. Look, we can't just judge a book by its cover, my friend. We can't just judge a book by its cover. However, we are gonna do that right now. Chill wishes it was a knife. God, it's funny. They sound silly, say New Orleans, but you sound sillier. All right, let's see what's going on here.
Jobs. And I'm still fucking struggling, and I'm just getting myself farther and farther into credit card debt because I don't have enough after the first of the month to avoid using it. It just isn't working. Full-time job. Not doing it. Got a second job. It's barely doing it. The third job. Hit or miss. If I even get paid on time. I feel like I'm drowning, and I don't know what to do. I don't know if any industry is doing well right now. I used to be a server. I used to have all this cash every night whenever I would work, walk out with cash, and I don't have that anymore, and I don't even know if they're doing okay right now. Like, I have seriously considered quitting my full-time good job to go back to serving, because at least I can just use my personality and try to get more money than minimum wage or what an entry-level job pays people nowadays. It's fucking sick. Tried calling my mom. She didn't answer. Snapchat my friends about this because I just needed a vent, but I just feel like I'm drowning. It's like, okay, do I just find a boyfriend so I can split everything with him? Like, sorry, like, I'm too stubborn and I just want what I want. And I just can't do that or be that way. So yeah, friends, I might say no to your weddings. I might say,
All right, so first off, if I really wanted to help this chick, I'd be like, all right, we need to pull up. I want to see bank statements. I want to see credit card statements. I need to scrutinize the shit out of your transaction history. We're going to start there because you're running out of money or you're in credit card debt. That means you have no money. So even if you have $500 in your bank account, but you have a balance of, let's say, $5,000 in credit card debt, that means you don't have money. That $500 is not yours. It belongs to somebody else. So we need to see what you're spending your money on. Again, I see a chick here who's really, well put together. So she's fashionable. The makeup is on point. She's doing her hair a certain way. So that suggests to me that she's working as a professional somewhere where the hair is not super important. So she's not necessarily customer facing. That would be my guess. Yeah, we'll go from there. But, when you cry about, you have time to spend on social media seeking sympathy, seeking validation, seeking attention, etc., etc. That should be time utilized scrutinizing your own financial information and learning to take steps on how to reduce the costs in your life. So there's a lot of mistakes being made right now. And the funny thing is, she can literally change her life. She can start changing her spending habits. She can start literally saving money in that car seat. But what is she doing? She's trying to call her mom to cry. Crying to her friends. So this comes off as a really stupid woman to me. And again, she's very braggadocious, right? She's bragging a lot. Oh, I have this really good job. My stunning and amazing personality makes me money. So again, we have somebody who again, they have this opinion of themselves. They have an amazing person, kind of like the Casey Sloan situation. They have an amazing personality. They have an amazing job. Their personality is so amazing that it makes them money. But at the same time, they're drowning and their life isn't going the way that they thought it would. So she's lying to herself for sure. Also to us in a weird, sneaky, indirect way. So like if I were to like legitimately give her advice, it's like, all right, We're going to go on all your, all your streaming services. We're canceling every single one of them. You lost that privilege. You lost that right because you're struggling and literally crying about your finances too. You look like you have a really nice car. It looks relatively modern based off of the inside trim and the upholstery. Very clean, very tidy. Who's your insurance company? Do you have Liberty Mutual? Liberty Mutual is generally really expensive. You tried calling Geico or Progressive. You know what? Maybe you live in a much bigger city, like Los Angeles or San Francisco. Perhaps if you live in a big city, there are some like low key, lesser known, family owned insurance companies. Have you tried contacting them? They might be able to assist you. And you're a female, so you'll probably get a better rate than a guy like myself for obvious reasons. So again, this is all shit that she can do right now, but she wants to cry about it on TikTok. And I mean, I'm going to judge this book by her cover. She looks like she's with Harris. Okay. She looks like she gets disgusted at guys like me walking around with our MAGA hats on and talking about, how the emperor protects and shit. So I'm not a fan of this chick. I'm not a fan of her. I think she's a little stuck up. I think she's a little too snooty. The girl needs to get okay. So obviously I'm not going to give this chick any advice. So what I want is for her to get fucking humbled. I want her to suffer a little bit longer. I need her to come down to earth. There's nothing up there. Nobody was ever on the moon. Come back down to earth and get humbled, sweetheart. Because you come off as a stuck-up, snooty douchebag. And sometimes getting humbled is exactly what you need. All right, so let's finish this video.
I have said no to bachelorette parties, and I just can't. I just fucking can't. But is it anyone else? Or am I just a dumb bitch with money? Because I used to not be. My credit used to be fucking phenomenal. Credit card bill, paid it all off every single time. It's not like that. It can't be like that anymore. Oh my God, this is so long. And do I know it's fucked up? I know it's fucked up. Okay.
Yeah, so there's a lot of variables that are unknown. Again, how do you vote? What do you do? What cost saving measures have you taken? What cost saving measures are you planning? Tell us about your spending habits. Tell us about, your recreational activities. She's clearly single, talking about it's like, oh, I guess I'm gonna have to get a boyfriend. Somebody like this, it wouldn't surprise me at the very least once a week. At the very least once a week, she's going out with a different man for sure. So I don't know. I just see a lot of bad decisions in her life right now. I'm sensing that as a internet psychic. Restaurants are dying mostly. They might be, depending on where you're from. Yeah, a lot of restaurants are closing down, especially in California with their bullshit minimum wage nonsense. Like, it's just not sustainable. And of course, the crime is also killing a lot of businesses. There's a lot of problems in the United States right now. The regime media propagandists, they can lie about how the economy is great and it's this and it's that, and it's just not reality, you guys. Like, those of us who go out in the real world, those of us who like touch grass and shit and see things with our own eyes, we see reality with our own eyes, know that everything's fucked up. And there's like a bajillion of these TikTok videos of these fucking stupid women crying about their financial lot in life. And a lot of it is self-inflicted. And again, I grew up poor, right? I don't want to sound like Kamala Harris. Like, I grew up middle class. I didn't. I mean, I used to get paid $7.50 an hour. I got made fun of because of how much money I made. Like, I had my friends, they would make fun of me because of how much money I made. And, like, I worked that job for a couple of years, man. Again, I'm just doing my best, And these people have no fucking clue. They have no fucking clue. Great moon jab, G-O-G-O-W. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. She's just jiggling. Zombie Mom, I can't say that. Sleuths get humbled by father time. Agreed. We live and yo. What's up, Anthone Life? Come check me out. Tell me what you're about, man. I can't check you out right now. I'm doing a fucking show. California is an example of what happens when commies control the system. Oh, dude. You didn't tell me. You ain't got to tell me, man. I already know. All right, so we got one more finance story. Oh, shit. Hold up. Let me refresh this.
23 female.
I, 23 female, want a free car. My boyfriend and his family seem to think I'll give it to him for free. Well, let's hear about it.
Want a free car.
Oh, whoops.
Friend, 25 male, and his family seem to think I'll give it to him for free. I, 23 female, won a brand new compact car in a raffle I entered a few weeks ago. Which is awesome, but I already have an older car that I really like, and I just finished paying it off, so I can finally pay the cheaper liability-only insurance. My car still has a lot of life on it. It only has about 100k miles, and if I were to choose a brand new car it wouldn't be the one I won. I did some research, and after taxes and shipping I can make about 15k from selling the car. It would be an incredible help after just graduating college, more than tripling my savings. My boyfriend, 25 male.
Smart. It's exactly what I would do. It's exactly what I would do. Like my car, it's paid off. You know, it's a Jaguar, okay? And I could buy a new one, but my car's already paid off. I pay like next to nothing on insurance, and I'm not interested in going out and buying a new car. If I want a vehicle, yeah, I'm just going to sell it. I'm just going to get cash instead. So she already has a dependable vehicle, and she knows she can get quite a bit more mileage out of it, and her insurance is going to remain low, bills are going to remain low. She's doing it right. She's doing it right. It's exactly what I would do.
Of a little over a year has been without a car for a few months. He's been struggling a bit financially, so he hasn't gotten one yet, but he can walk to the grocery store, he gets a ride to work, and I drive anywhere else. It's worked out fine and I really don't mind. He helps out with gas and driving. For background, he lives with friends. I live with my dad for free, so I'm able to save up money. I definitely...
Very smart. It's always what I recommend to young people. If you stay with your parents for as long as you can. Stay with them, let them help you out, help each other out, maintain strong relationships. I think that's a good thing. It's really positive, so good.
See a future with him, but we aren't at the point where we've talked about moving in together yet, but we are very serious. I went to a gathering at his parents' house last night, and everyone congratulated me on winning the car. But everyone, including my boyfriend, seemed to think the logical and obvious step was to either give it to my boyfriend, or give him my car and keep the new one. I don't plan to do either of these things. It'd be different if we were married or living together and our money was mixed together, but it's not. We aren't at that point yet. I don't want to give him what would essentially be $15,000 in cash. If I'd won the money instead, there wouldn't be any talk of just giving it all to him. That car and the resulting money should be mine. It's not my... I, 23
okay,
female.
so it's basic. You guys get the gist. Dude, that entitlement is fucking insane. Zombie Bomb writes, I always like the Jaguars more than the Porsches. I don't know why. All the kids get Porsches. Well, not in Vegas. All the urban men, they get like Chargers and Challengers. I don't even think they make Challengers anymore. Yeah, but I got my Jaguar XF back in 2010 or 2011. I can't remember. And it was a pretty penny, but I paid it off in like 5 years. And the worst financial decision I've ever made. But anyways, the entitlement. Dude, so if I was giving this chick advice, the best advice for young people is when it comes to money, when it comes to finances, one of the most important rules in personal finance is do not tell people what you got, what you don't. Don't brag about what you got, what you don't got. When certain people pass away in your life and you inherit a bunch of stuff, or if you win the lottery, or if you win a car, the people around you, again, I feel like jealousy is the theme of the show tonight. Jealous, bitter, resentful people will hate you for it. They'll target you because you got something that they don't. They don't have the fortune that you do. They don't have that new car that you won. They want it and they feel entitled to it. It's total bullshit, and people will use that shit against you. Like when I was, very poor and I was making $7.50 an hour, but then I worked hard. I did some volunteering stuff, and that opened up a lot of doors to me. And I ended up getting a real career out of, the decisions that I made. There was a moment in time where, some people in my life were like, oh, well, you have all this money now. Look at all this money you're making. And I don't remember how they found out. I remember I didn't really brag. I'm not a bragger. It's not really how I roll. And now more so than ever, I'm just really, aware of, more aware of that. But the information about you, good news or bad news, like people will use it against you. So what, like in the workplace, Maybe there's like a clerk that you work with and you're like some kind of senior specialist and you tell this person your wage, they'll hold that against you. I mean, people use other people's wages against them, how much money they make, how much money they have. If you come from like a rich family or whatever, people will use that against you. I've had all kinds of shit used against me. And again, a lot of this stuff is nobody's business. Don't tell people how much money you got, how much money you make, how much money you're going to make. Fuck, I don't even tell people where I fucking work. I mean, I tell you guys, but I'm an electrician, but I generally keep that shit to myself. So, yeah, you just got to be careful, man. You got to be careful. And I mean, this situation is a little bit more unfortunate because she's with people that she presumably trusts, people that she likes, and there should be a lot of love here, right? Everybody here should love each other. But this doesn't sound like love. This sounds like something else. I mean, there's glaring personality defects that have come to the surface very quickly because she won like some $15,000 car. Yeah, this is bad news for her. I mean, hopefully this is like a fluke and she's able to recover from this. But my best advice would be like, look, set your boundaries. They obviously know what happened. You won the car. You're going to sell it, get some money. But you got to set fucking boundaries or these people are going to try and try again. You got to be a hard ass. You got to be tough. No one's going to protect you. Your dad isn't going to always be there. Your brother, you whatever is not always going to be there. And sometimes the people that you think you're cool with, they're going to use this good news against you. Just got to be careful. Here, the Magic Americans get all challengers. Yeah. You know what's up. No way I'm giving away my car for fee-fees. Yeah, I wouldn't either. You'll see the the trailers with 6 challenges in the driveway. The girls I worked with both got at least one of their kids so far. Oh. I think you told me about that. I'm just like, yeah, everyone should go back to riding horses. Absolutely not. They fucking shit and piss everywhere. Like, have you seen a horse piss? Dude, they just like never stop. Like, you ever hear the old adage, oh, you're pissing like a racehorse. They just never stop pissing, man. All right, well, we got to move on. Oh, shit. This actually might be kind of funny. Let's see. Women attracted to men. What clothes makes a man more attractive to you? What clothes would end or at least reduce attraction? Personally, my turn on and off. All right, so one of them looks like something Jordan Peterson would wear, and then I don't even know what the fuck this is. This looks like we have distressed, acid washed, straight leg jeans, straight fit jeans. Yeah, this is really hideous. All right, this would kill attraction. Oh Jesus. If I was paid like $100 super chat, I would probably wear this on a stream. Me reading this thread and taking notes. Good luck, buddy. My boyfriend wears a lot of corduroy button-ups from J. Crew. Dude, I haven't heard J. Crew in a long time, and it makes me feral. And I hate a Nike t-shirt mostly because some men wear them everywhere and not just at home on the weekend or while doing physical activities. This isn't bad fashion, I guess. I mean, this should be a little bit more fitted, but whatever. I consider a wide range of clean clothes to be acceptable and attractive on men I like. This includes feminine looks because I'm rainbow as hell. When people try too hard and utterly fail to be fashion iconoclasts, it gives me the ick. And here, for the audio-only listeners, we have a picture of Jordan Peterson wearing a two-tone tailored suit. Half of it is blood red, and the other half is light blue or darkish blue. And we have caramel-colored shoes, dress shoes, with brown socks. This is a fucking hideous outfit. Jesus Christ, dude. You're like a fucking genius, but you dress like a fucking retard. What is this? Also, maybe I'm in the minority, but I love seeing some man leg. Give me that 3-inch, 5-inch inseam. I want to see those hairy gams. Gross. Yeah, dude, like, if I was a woman, I'd be like, yeah, dudes dressed like this in public, that's gonna be a no for me. But I am a man, so women who wear like sweats in public, they disgust me. It's like seeing a pile of maggots. Let's see more. Either nice and formal or ready to work. All right, so both of these guys look acceptable to me. Let's see. What matters most is physical fitness, because if a guy lifts and has a pretty decent, not necessarily perfect bod, he can rock almost anything. This is true. But a foolproof look is a really nice button-down shirt with the sleeves rolled up a couple of times, maybe with dark jeans. Shit, where was it? Dark sleeves rolled up a couple of times with dark jeans or some other clean pant and nice shoes. Easy, classy, hot. Yeah, and what's most important, that this is fitted. It has to be fitted. I had to look it up, but you know too. Button up, button down. Oh goodness. I thought I would see funnier shit on here. First two, yes. Second two, hard no. Dude, all these are fucking garbage. Lame. Alright, this is good. I don't know how I feel about the colors, but it's good. Let's see. All these people look retarded. What the fuck is this? The fuck is this? Dude, knowing my friends, they're all like, like fucking veterans and like cops and shit, just like fucking firefighters and stuff. Dude, if I showed up to like a little fucking get together wearing this, I would show up on the Tuesday stream with bruises all over my face. Again, if you guys want me to dress like this, it's like $100 super chat. I'm sorry, like I just can't. Let me see, what the fuck is this? Oh, dude, like this might work, but then you got this fur and it looks fucking retarded. And then this. Oh man. Oof. How this dude dresses is a huge no. A yes for me is a well-dressed man in a tux. Yeah, this outfit right here is actually super acceptable. Regardless of what you think of Andrew. Again, so Cassie, this is a personal comment right here. This sounds very personal. But yeah, this is acceptable. This not so much. I don't think this clothes is really flattering or compliments Andrew Tate, who is pretty physically fit. He actually looks like he's trying too hard right here in this photo. This is both my vibe and my fit. I'm currently single and working on myself. Oh, well, good luck, buddy. All right, well, let me read some of these comments. I just thought that thread was a little funny. Let's see. Oh shit, there's so many fucking comments. God damn, you guys. I grew up around lots of poor people who would have to admit they need help. And I did the financial planning things too. I'm used to everyone saying exactly what they have, how much they make. Yeah, it's not cool. It sucks. And it throws me off for a second when someone is uncomfortable with that. I'm going to arrange for that bodysuit super chat one day. Ooh. Oh my god. I'm gonna hate you if you fucking do that. I want to play more games, but my computer sucks. Well, I'm sorry for that. Time to get 3 jobs to afford a very high-end computer. Benzo Peterson. Yeah, some of them, like the thing about like people being like really guarded about their personal finance, like I guess it really depends on the culture, like growing up, like I wanted to be successful, and I like a lot of leftists and like libtards, like back when I was a libtard, they look at the rich and they're like, we want to eat the rich. We want to throw them in prison. We want to take all their money and we want to give it to our friends. Like I saw rich people and I'm like, I want to be like them. I want to be successful. I want to have nice things. And one of the best ways to be successful, one of the easiest ways to be successful is to emulate their behavior. So the few very insanely rich people that I know, like they don't really talk about money. They don't brag at all. They're legitimately like kind and friendly, and like really open minded. In regards to how they interact with people. Engage in conversation. Like they're not like closed off and like cartoonish or anything like that. The way that the left generally describes rich people and even some people on the right. So when you're like, oh, well, let me read that comment again. I grew up around lots of poor people who would have to admit they need help. And I did the financial planning things too. I'm used to everyone saying exactly what they have, how much they make. And it throws me off for a second when someone is uncomfortable with that. Yeah, it throws a lot of people off too. Like, for whatever reason, like, I know this person, I'm not going to say who they are, but again, if somebody wants to talk about their own personal finances, like how much money they make or whatever, that's cool. They volunteer that information, whatever, man. You do what you got to do. Again, it's not my money. It's not my life. So, but if somebody were to ask me like, hey, like, how should I approach personal finance? I'm like, well, these are some generic rules that I live by and that I follow, and it's worked really well for me. And this is what I would recommend. But like, I've been asked like, well, how much money do you make? And I'm just like, well, I don't really talk about how much money I make. My personal finance, like, in my opinion, real men don't talk about that kind of stuff. And there, a lot of rich people that I do know. Again, like if you're genuinely successful and you have like a business, you got employees, you're the fucking boss, right? You run shit and you got to be a leader. They're not bragging about and talking about money and shit. Like they got real world shit going on, and it hurts morale, and it's just not good to be like being overly braggadocious and shit about like money and stuff. Like it's not a good look. Like, dude, like Elon Musk doesn't brag about being a fucking, a billionaire, a bajillionaire. Like he's just super cool. It's just not how he rolls. Like a lot of these fucking people, like Mark Cuban does. Like Mark Cuban is a fucking brown nosing piece of shit. Like the guy sucks. You compare and contrast these two people. They're just not the same. Let me see. My computer sucks too. My computer's amazing. He thinks he is a Joker or something. Oh, dude, cringe. If that's the case, yeah, that is awful. That is awful. Off with his head. Jordan Peterson has gone mad from studying psychology. It's pseudoscience. I don't think there's pseudoscience necessarily. I think he's right on the money on a lot of things. All his tears, money has gone away. I think he's lost his fucking mind after working at the Daily Wire. Jordan Peterson is not very smart. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I used to be a huge fan. I like cutting sweatpants into short. They're cute. Ugh. I had plans for cut-up sweatshirts too, but who knows if I'll ever bother. Sweatpants are what all people should wear. Gay? I agree, Hinnock. From all the dick, homeless edition, bruises from the dick all over your face. Mystery mutt fashion. He looks gay. I don't respect Middle Eastern fashion. Yeah, Middle Eastern fashion is not my cup of tea. It's just trying too hard to be something that it's not. It's obviously inspired by genuine European fashion, which obviously people like Tate and his ilk know nothing about. I love Eastern dresses. Jeans and a t-shirt is all I wear. That's mostly what I wear too. When I'm out in a more social setting. Literally the only modern Middle Eastern fashion I like is the overdose t-shirt where the shirt is 70% of the outfit. I don't even know what that is. Bugatti. I know, right? Dude, when I hear Bugatti, when I think about a Bugatti, I think of Chaz. Rich people talk about money, just not to poors. I don't know if that's necessarily true. And it depends on what setting. This is Elon Musk. Elon is dumb and gay. Let's see. I think that's all fine. It's just so opposite to what I'm used to that I can't hide my initial what the fuck moment when someone seems to be less honest than I expected. Well, it's not about being honest. Like, I'm not lying to you guys. Like, if anything, I'm too fucking honest. Like I've talked about, being insanely poor. Which I was. I grew up in a single parent household. There was drug use in the home. Like it's not like being dishonest would be like, yo, what got all the money in the bank? Gucci this, Gucci that. Yeah, I'm listening to my fucking shitty MAGA rap music. Whatever. I'm a Swiftie. Like that would be dishonest. Like Okay, so first off, you have this horrible mindset, Zombie Bomb. If somebody does not want to reveal personal information about their finances, that doesn't make them dishonest. That doesn't make them dishonest at all. See, again, this is like that poor girl from that example from earlier. People were using information against her, true information against her. And I mean, she didn't have to fucking tell anybody the good news. She didn't have to tell anybody that she won this car. But as soon as people knew this information about her, they changed up real fucking quick. So, you know, depending on how much money you have or you don't have, like, people fucking change up. And, you know, just keeping this stuff private, it just keeps things simple, less complicated, less drama. People don't like it. Oh, fucking well. Psychology is a soft science. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not. But like I said, I have this second of obvious shock. I don't know where the shock, because somebody is telling you no. That's what bothers you. Because somebody is willing to tell you no. I think that's what bothers you the most. That's where the shock comes in, because you're used to people revealing that information. But it shocks you to at least be confronted with an opinion that differs from this behavior. It's more important, in my opinion, to guard against revealing too much information about your personal finances. I mean, this is what I learned when I was in university, because this is what I studied, was finance. Soft science, you can recognize patterns, but there's nothing solid to hold on to, just like sociology. Sociology might be more retarded, but there's like psychology, right? I think there's some real meat to that. There's some meat on that bone for sure. More importantly, I think it's I like to keep things simple. Like I notice, like I navigate through the world by noticing patterns and being able to identify them, and you know, just being aware of shit like that. You know, you have more experiences. You know, you notice these patterns more often in things that occur, random things that occur, random people that end up you know, entering into your life. They're more predictable. And the more predictable they are, the smarter the decisions that you can make. All right, well, anyways. I'm also used to just saying everything I've got access to in those situations and usually already have, and part of the shock is realizing someone looks down on that. Well, what do you mean? Just saying everything I've got access to in those situations and usually... What do you mean by that? That you got to be more specific. A lot of psychology studies are not explicable. Corn stars are not demand normal men to accept them and their lifestyle and baggage. I think I know what you mean, and I agree. Like we were trading info and they just shut it down, and it takes me a second to catch up to the actual reason why. Oh yeah, the corn stars. Oh, now the demand. Yeah, dude, the corn stars they're shit out of luck. You know, you can't just brand yourself as an object, and then in the real world, when you're not on camera, you get treated like an object, and you're like, oh fuck, like I demand respect. I mean, you should be nice, but you know, it's like when dudes use you, it's like, what do you expect? Like we were trading info and they just shut it down, and it takes me a second to catch up to the actual reason why. Well, it never comes up for no reason at all. It's always some kind of discussion. No, I understand that. Dude, I don't know what it is. Like somebody asking somebody asking like another individual like, what's your wage? It's almost as weird in this cringe as like asking a chick like what her body count is. Like I know somebody who's like always asking chicks that, and I'm like, dude, you're fucking being cringe and it's embarrassing. Stop it. Like me, look, I get why body count matters to a lot of people, and to me it does too. However, can't talk about it. You got to figure that shit out in like a really sneaky, sly way. Because it just comes off as weird and cringe when you ask, especially somebody who, like, look, if I'm not going to sleep with this person, if I'm not going to date this person, if they're not my friend, like, I don't give a fuck about anything in their life. I'm not even going to remember their name. It's not important to me, especially their fucking body count. Same with somebody's wage or salary. Not only that, like, we don't live in the world that we used to. So when you reveal to people the things that you have or don't have, the money you got or don't got, like there's so many criminal elements being imported into the country. So when you brag about the money that you have, when you brag about the things that you have, you just put a target on your back. Not just for people in your life to take advantage of you, but for criminals to also seize on an opportunity to victimize you. So I don't know. Appearing poor is the strategy. Appearing to have nothing is the strategy. Guarding your personal information and personal details about your life is the strategy, in my estimation. We're almost done with the show, but what time is it? Oh, fuck, it's midnight? Oh my god, I can't finish this. Well, I have to probably do a part 2. I no need sleep. Oh, dude, we're doing the 304 dating shirt, though. And we got surprise cringe, and we got hoax hate. Dude, we're gonna have to wait. We're gonna have to wait. I didn't realize it was fucking midnight. Well, guys, we're gonna do a part 2. We're gonna have to pick up where we left off. It's 3 a.m. for me. Yeah, okay, yeah, everybody, okay. Greenskins, y'all gotta go to sleep, all right? Y'all gotta go to sleep. I gotta go to fucking sleep. I gotta get ready. But you know what? I'm gonna be sleeping like a baby. My house smells so great. I just spent most of the day like cleaning and carpet cleaning and steaming, and it was a lot of fun. Surprise shirt. Well, I can't tomorrow because I have some things going on tomorrow. But maybe Sunday. Maybe Sunday. Yeah, so we'll have to do a part 2. We're gonna pick up right here. I gotta save this thread or these all these tabs. If these tabs stay open and when I restart my computer or whatever or boot it up again, we'll do the second. I'll do the second show. Gringos don't like sleep. Yeah, no, Gringos don't like sleep. I don't like sleep. I wish I could stay awake forever and just never be tired. All right, guys. To be continued. I didn't realize how fucking late it was. How long is the show gone for? Oh, it's only 2 hours and 30 minutes. So, I mean, there's only like an hour left of the show left. But, I mean, still, like, it's going to be 1 a.m. This is irresponsible for me. And I'm happy to report that I was able to record the audio and nothing failed. Everything is just working. Everything is just working really well. So, this is good news. I'm really, really happy about this. So, everybody, good night. I'll see you soon. Peace out. Also, fuck cheese for ditching me tonight. Oh well. Rather watch porn and anime. See you guys later.